1,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The Sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League, as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players, the attitude towards the game, the attitudes from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
Good morning. 5 minutes after. Get my cough out of the way. I've not coughed once this morning. 6:05. Hello. talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. Check out the website for more details. Gabrielle, how are we, pal?
I'm very well, Mr. Brazil. How are you, sir?
Tell me what you've been up to.
I have been not much really, mate. Just chilling. Kids.
Chilling
Chilling with the
You're a
kids.
young man. You can't keep chilling.
I know, mate. I got to do more, and it's Groundhog Day around me, Al. It's either working, spending time with the family. That's it.
He wakes up, he tells the kids off, drops them in school, goes back to bed. You know, what sort of life is that?
You know what I do tell off? My 17-year-old son is always moaning about, oh, I'm revising so much for my A-levels, Dad. Like it's so tough, and
obviously you can't help him.
you'll settle there. No, yeah, I can. AI. Ask AI for the answers now, of course.
Yeah.
No, but kids are well, mate. How are you? Doing well?
Me, I'm all right. Yeah, I think I'm the opposite. I'm getting too much rest.
Too much rest.
Yeah,
Need a bit of sun.
I do.
Get a nice tan on you.
Look, stay at me. A pint of Guinness on it. No, I do. You're right.
Need a bit of sun, mate. A bit of Marbella on your skin.
I think I need a little vitamin pick me up before
Yes.
before Cheltenham.
Yeah, but even like 3-4 days, mate. Quick one. You got the electric sorted now, haven't you? So you're good.
God, don't talk to me about that. Everyone back home, all my pals, my son-in-law, they're all ill.
What
And I
from?
mean
Like
ill,
what?
I mean, ill.
Chesty?
Ill. Yeah, pneumonia and stuff.
Really?
Like that. Bit of a worry. Yeah, there's a
lot going around, isn't there?
There's a bug going about.
Yeah. Gotta look after your health, mate. Yes.
Yeah.
But last night, mate, some really, really entertaining
Well,
games.
where I live during the week, all the Birmingham boys
The guy could beat
were getting on the coach, and by the way, they were full of beans.
was there.
It wasn't as if they trudged on the coach; they were full of beans.
They've been
That was a big result for Millwall.
10 men as well, didn't they? Birmingham City, but 3-0. Millwall are flying now. They're flying.
They had one hiccup, didn't they?
Yeah, but they've got a chance of definitely look at the table there, 59 points. Only
Big chance.
Only 4 behind Middlesbrough. If you're Millwall, you're keep that pressure on. But Ipswich as well, Al, 2 games in hand. They'll go level with Middlesbrough if they won the 2 games in hand.
Who's coming, Gab? We've spoken about Wrexham, Hull doing great. Southampton are coming.
Was it 5-0 against QPR?
Yeah, they're coming.
Massive win for them. But at the bottom, Al, it's scary times for West Brom, and we'll talk about that later.
Leicester.
Yep. But West Brom, how many mistakes do they want to make? Stop going and getting a manager.
Wow, well, there
Let's
you go.
talk about it later.
We're going to talk about that later on, aren't we?
Yeah, but the Champions League was very entertaining. Real Madrid not at their best. Benfica, so many chances, so many easy ways to get through Real Madrid. Real Madrid.
If I owned a club now, Gab, I would not be looking abroad.
What do you mean? For a manager?
I would find someone good.
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
You know, look at the youngster.
No risks.
Chelsea, the youngster at Ipswich. You know, what I mean, I'd be the youngster at Brentwood.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'd be going local.
I don't blame
I know
you.
what it's all
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
I wouldn't be going abroad.
No, totally agree.
Especially people I don't know.
Exactly. But as well, Al, I stayed up as well to watch the extra time. Galatasaray
Yeah.
were 5-2 up.
I wanted to watch Real Madrid as well.
Yeah, I watched both, and Galatasaray were 5-2 up going into their second leg, and then Juventus got it back to 5-5 extra time. But if you see
Who won it?
Galatasaray in extra time scored 2. Osimhen, great finish, and then
Why is he not in the Premier?
I was going to talk about that a bit later about Osimhen, how good he's been this season. But wait till you see the red card for Lloyd Kelly. Used to be at Bournemouth for Newcastle. Wait till you see this.
Shocker.
Yes, he literally goes up for a header and literally has to land. He lands and his studs land on the winger for Galatasaray's leg. Yeah. Not even a yellow card. What's worse is it's a yellow. The ref goes over to the screen
Monitor
and looks at it and gives a red. Ow. The standard of refereeing. I felt sorry for him because that cost Juventus in the end. But they were fantastic with 10 men. Really give Galatasaray a scare.
Yeah, and now Real Madrid, they did the business on the pitch last night, beating Benfica 2-1 the night to progress to the Champions League knockouts. And of course, it was live on talkSPORT.
The first encounter between the two 4 weeks ago tonight was sensational, but it is one that has been subsequently overshadowed by the utter embarrassment of last Tuesday. Pavlidis is in behind Camavinga, squares it, and it's almost an own goal. Courtois makes the save, and is then bundled in, and Benfica have the lead at the Bernabeu.
God, Jim, we have a game on our hands.
Real Madrid are back in it. It's 1-1. Tchouaméni sweeping in from the edge of the penalty. For Benfica, tricks his way past the first challenger, breaks to the edge of the box, good save from Courtois.
That is an absolutely brilliant save.
And this tie's still in the balance. And Vinícius through on goal, fires it into the bottom right-hand corner.
It's a brilliant finish from an incredibly talented player.
Winner in the first leg, the winner in the second. I'm delighted to say this was a night where we can actually talk about football. Real Madrid 2, Benfica 1, and they won it 3-1 on aggregate.
Yeah, here. Of course, the first leg was marred by the alleged racism incident towards Vinícius Jr, but he had the last laugh last night, bagging the winner. The voice of talkSPORT Live Football, Adrian Durham, former Benfica defender Scott Minto, sung Vinícius' praises at full time.
43 and 37 for club and country, and without him there's going to be a little bit of doubt. Vinícius Jr stepped up to the plate to win it on the night for Real Madrid and send them through.
Absolutely, that's what he can do, Aid. And I thought not just his goal, but let's quickly talk about his goal. Running at pace, but still able to open his body up and just pass it into the net, into the side, inside of the side netting, where Truban couldn't get it, but it was just inside the post. It was a brilliant finish, but actually take the goal away from him. I thought he was brilliant all evening. It was a really good battle watching Dedic against him, and I thought Dedic played well, but it was just constant energy, skill, holding the ball up, and even when they're on the back foot, he was the one that seemed to be further forward and been able to relieve a little bit of pressure. So it was a brilliant performance all round from the Brazilian for sure.
He's that type, Gab. He gets that pace. You were quick, and he gets away from defenders. You ain't catching him.
Yeah, especially when you're Otamendi. You know, he's closer to 40 Otamendi than he is 30. He was struggling to get back. But look at the finish out. We're just talking there while we heard that clip. For all the youngsters out there that are trying to be a footballer, that's the composure. Because if he took down his left foot, probably keeper saves it, but to sort of put your body around the ball, open your right foot out and literally guide it through. Yeah. The Thierry Henry finish, I call it. Which
you can also, Gab, open your body out and look at that far post and go to hit it with your right and go the other way.
Yeah, reverse it. Yeah,
you cheat the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but when you bend it like that low as well, it's hard for keepers to get down, isn't it?
You can only do that with practice.
Yeah, 100%.
One and one.
Wow, he was on one yesterday. Everything went through him. Mbappe was out injured with a knee issue. And it was just the case of Vinny Jr was never going to let Benfica win. And what I liked about him is what happened last week didn't affect him. He goes over to the corner flag and still does his dance.
How good were Real Madrid?
Real Madrid were very poor. Vinícius Jr was their best player, but Real Madrid are missing Mbappe, Howson, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Milito.
You worried about Bellingham getting back full fitness?
No, it did show a clip earlier on in the week at Real Madrid that he's back. He's playing with the Bulls. You know, so that's always a good sign now. It means he's on his way back from his hamstring injury. But if you are Sporting Lisbon or Manchester City, who they can play next, you're not scared. If you're Manchester City, you're like, okay, yeah, we want Real Madrid. That's how bad they were.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it was happy days for Madrid, but it couldn't be more different over in Italy. Juventus, Inter were both knocked out to put Italy on the brink of having no teams in the last 16 in the Champions League. For the first time, you have to go back to 1998 before Atlanta saved the nation getting past Dortmund in dramatic style. One Italian side, Gab, through to the last 16. It's not a good look for Italy, is it? Why are they?
There's Inter Milan, dominated they were by Bodo Glimt over 2 legs. Incredible result. And also, no Italian club has won the Champions League since 2010. They've got a chance of not qualifying for their 3rd World Cup in a row. Amazing. 3rd World Cup out, Italy not qualifying for. There's a chance. It's wild. Atalanta were fantastic last night. Last-minute penalty, which I thought was a penalty. Clumsy from the second half.
American coaches, maybe?
Yeah, maybe the academy coaches are all American now. But Atalanta saved the day. Juventus did try last night, but it's a shame because I grew up watching on Channel 4 Gazzetta Football Italia. Every Sunday was a game on. I used to love watching, Juventus, Milan, Inter, all the star players they had. It was a top league then, wasn't it? Back in the day, over the Premier League, and
I was never into it, Gab.
Was you not, Al?
No, give me.
Ronaldo was there.
I loved Premier and I loved
Del Piero.
Championship. No,
really.
National side, yeah,
but
not Serie A.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe it was because when I was growing up, that was the only football that was on 1 to 5. It was because they had football in Italia. But Italy, we need to get someone on how to explain what's the youth looking like, what's the under-21 looking like, because the state of Italian football is not good at the moment, and it's showing in the big competitions.
All English, 6 English sides through to the Champions League. Last 16 will learn their fate tomorrow, 11 a.m. when the draw takes place. And don't forget, we have a great lineup of European League, Europa League and Conference League tonight, live across the talkSPORT network. Palace, Forest, Celtic are all in action. It's an interesting one, Celtic tonight. Playing tonight and then the Old Firm game Sunday. It's going to be tough. Make sure you stay tuned all morning. We're going to be joined right here in the studio in talkSPORT Breakfast by the Champions League, FA Cup, World Cup and European champion winner Juan Mata will be here. Up next, find out whether Sir Jim Ratcliffe's much publicised cost-cutting has been paying dividends. I believe so, for Manchester United's finances.
Chelsea beat Barca, Liverpool roll over Madrid. But later in the tournament, that changes because the dynamic changes, the mentality changes of those elite clubs and elite players and ups their game. So then you see this kind of, these little details will win semi-finals and quarterfinals. When you play in those games, you realise it can be one little moment, even though you think the English team should win. You can't be that arrogant. Well, we can't be that arrogant to think we should just because we've got a strong league.
No, it's not a given. I mean, it's not a given. To lay out a claim that this is what is a reasonable opportunity for you to achieve shouldn't be conceived as English arrogance.
No.
But it's also the reasons why Newcastle are probably doing well in this tournament, because when it comes to cup competitions, albeit there's a league format in the Champions League, but it's a limited league format. So know you've got to go into these games. Teams are going in there with a champions mentality, most of them, albeit 90% of them aren't actually champions, but they're highfalutin sides from their own countries, going in there with a front foot mentality a lot of the time. Anthony Gordon referred to it earlier on in the season when he was asked about why you're doing so well in Europe. He was talking about the opposition come to win, whereas in the Premier League, certain sides come in to make it difficult for you to play against. So that's the reasons perhaps why Newcastle have found some success in defending the much vaunted
makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire.
So that Vindaloo last night was too hot. What made you have that?
A what?
A real red hot curry.
Who had one last night?
You were saying you couldn't go off the loo last night.
I didn't. What are you talking about?
Right. But Johnny Cash here for you this Thursday. Why are we playing that, Gab?
No idea. Is it his birthday?
Well, today would have been his 93rd birthday.
Yes. Legend.
Back in the day, Elvis and Johnny Cash used to impersonate each other. Let's have a look. Can you see it, Gab? Ah, it's good. But the people at home can't see this, can they? What a shame. Johnny Cash for me was brilliant. Very unusual. They had that. His band had that big. What do you call it? The big double bass, and there was the train coming.
What year was that, Al?
Oh God, 60s, isn't it?
Oh, okay, I missed it. Yeah.
Oh, but he's really good. But he had a bit of a problem.
Did he?
He was a bit of a naughty boy. He was
really.
Oh yeah.
Like you?
Oh no, he was a lot worse than me.
Oh really?
He'd chuck anything down his throat.
Anything?
Uppers, lowers, yeah.
Uppers?
Yeah, uppers, lowers. He'd have anything, wouldn't he, boys? Head knows.
Let's move on. Let's move on. It's too early.
Are they still doing them down Southend Pier? That was a bit of Johnny Cash this Thursday morning, but we're playing it because he would have been 93. Brilliant.
Yes, legend.
Right, time now for a look at this morning's back pages.
Back page review on talkSPORT.
And Katie is with us, obviously, too long ago for you, Katie.
Yes.
Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, fellas. So the back pages are dominated by the story regarding Manchester United's finances. For example, the headline, Prophet of Doom, on the back page of the Star. Headline on the back page of the Times, United £1.3 billion in debt after cutting costs. And then we'll get into...
Is that not better? Is he not turning it around?
Well, that's what we'll get into in a moment because it's kind of two different stories here.
Right.
And then we'll get into the story about Declan Rice. I'm coming to the boil. Declan hungry for goals in Arsenal's title push. So let's start talking about United's finances. So here we go. Nice and early for lots of figures for you. £32.6 million in operating profit. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe's brutal cost cutting has bolstered the balance sheet at Manchester United, but the club still have seen their debt spiral to a staggering £1.3 billion. So co-owners Ratcliffe's remember he axed 450 jobs that has seen the club make a £32.6 million operating profit for the 6 months to December last year, which is in stark contrast to £3.9 million loss in the same period to the previous year. But the thing is, even though they've made this profit, they still have a £1.3 billion debt, despite cutting 450 jobs. So my question to you both is, how do you think this is going to be viewed by the fans? Because yes, they made a profit, but they're still in a massive amount of debt.
The fans, with the greatest respect, apart from a few, just want success on the pitch, don't they? They don't really care how much it costs them, apart from the season tickets. So they don't care. If Tottenham go down, disaster. They're talking about the cheapest seat being £100.
Yeah.
But fans will still pay it because it's in their blood, it's in their dads, their granddads. They'll still pay it, and there's big row going on at Celtic at the moment. No, we're not spending crazy money. And they're saying, Celtic have got a habit of doing that. We've got enough just to get by, to win trophies. But the fans want more. Martin, I'm told Martin's raging. The transfer list, he got 3 on loan. He didn't want that. I believe he wanted to buy some players. It's going to cost them probably.
It is complicated, isn't it? Because you say 1.3 billion in debt, but in the summer they spent over 250 million. So fans will look at it and say, we're still spending, we're buying the big players, It's been a better season. As long as their tickets don't go up silly prices to try and recoup some of that debt, they'll be fine.
Than Arsenal and Spurs, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think fans don't care today about what all the clubs in debt. Not our problem.
No.
Are we seeing players coming in? Are we seeing our team still competing? And they are.
But obviously, Jim Ratcliffe is a businessman. He's saying, no, whoa. Now, but then people say he should have done his due diligence when he bought the club.
Yeah.
The debt was there, or bought into the club.
Yes.
So he's now saying, hold on a minute, let's sort this out, let's stabilise it. And who knows, he might get it spot on, they might get in Champions League.
Well, that's the thing. That would be one way of solving the finances, just get top four.
Yep. You can't have that amount of money and be lucky.
Yeah.
No.
You can't. You've got to know what he's doing.
So this other story in the back page of The Sun, really nice story here, an exclusive with Declan Rice on wanting to score goals like Frank Lampard and Yaya Toure. So he scored 4 goals so far this season. We know he can bend it like Beckham in terms of the free kicks he did in the Champions League against Real Madrid last season. But he's saying he wants to score 10 to 15 goals a season, and that's where he thinks he needs to add to his game. Do you agree, Gabby? Yeah,
nothing wrong with that, is there? Ambition, more goals, more complete player, but for me, he's not a Lampard.
No.
Frank was a great box-to-box player. Declan gets around the pitch, but he's a stopper, whereas Frank was, when the ball goes wide, woof, I'm in that box.
I think as well, we look at Lampard, left foot, right foot, from anywhere, and he's banging them in. From 30, 40 yards, Lampard. Gerrard, similar. Declan Rice, total different player. Got more legs than Frank Lampard, can get up and down the pitch. But I think he's right. If he's playing in that further forward position as an 8, he needs to bring more goals to his game. What I like, though, is that he's not settled in what he's doing. He wants to get more. He wants more ambition, like Alan says. That's what you want from
great player, by the way. Love him.
Yep.
For me, he's been the best signing.
Yes.
And
worth every penny.
Fair due. If he wants to say, no, my game can get better, buy goals. Yeah. Great.
Technically, he's a very good player. Look at his 2 free kicks last season against Real Madrid. He'll want to get more of those as well. But I just don't think he's ever going to be a striker of the ball like a Lampard or Gerrard.
And there's just a habit of getting in the box. For me, Lampard was magnificent. There's other examples, but when I was at Ipswich, Johnny Wark, what a finisher he was from midfield player. 1 minute he's heading out of his own box. Next minute we go on the counter and he's on the end of it. But not tap-ins, brilliant finishes. Head, right foot, left foot. What a finisher. He was so underrated how good he was.
Yes. It's different though, isn't it, now? We don't see as many screamers as we used to see. Like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, every weekend you were like, whoa, goal of the month was like, remember 2 guy, was it, at Blackburn, scoring screamers, Lampard, Gerrard. It's totally different now.
Do you think Declan Rice, how high is his ceiling? Do you think he will become one of the greatest midfielders we've ever seen?
Well, I don't think there's any reason why he can't. I think what he's done so far for Arsenal, what he does in the England shirt, he's definitely our future captain after Harry Kane for me, Declan Rice. He should be Arsenal captain for me as well. He shows leadership on the pitch. I think I like the way he's talking. That shows a top player. He's thinking, yeah, you know what, I'm doing well. I'm a good player, but I want to be a top player and score more goals for my club and country.
Right, we'll have more time. Next one, okay? I can't.
You're going to break early.
I am, because we've got Johnny No Cash coming up now, who I believe is 73 today. Rupert Bell coming next.
On a normal game, we're not selling out Preston North End on a Tuesday night at home. Yeah. And, with Snoop there, we've sold it out. It was, a brilliant occasion. And for the fans as well, it was great for the fans to see it. And he got involved with everyone. He walked around the pitch. He was high-fiving everyone, taking photos with the fans. So, everyone really enjoyed themselves.
Did he turn up a big limo, or was he low key, or
Uber?
No,
that was an Uber.
Just in the transit vans with the like the minibus ones. He was in one of them. He got out with his ghetto blaster playing his music and coming to the ground. So yeah, he did make a good entrance.
Now, I'm a bit concerned about this herbal cigarette in the tunnel, according to the Preston manager.
I think that's the smell of a last-minute equaliser, that I think. That's what that'll be. And then my other thing was, how does he know what it smells like in the first place?
Lee, I'm going to say, suspicions were aroused when the goal scorer jumped 411 feet in the air to score a header, by the way. In all seriousness, mate, it's a brilliant story, and I think the more the merrier. I think the whole thing takes off, it'll be magic. Tell us a little bit about the party as well, because that's a great story. I think I'm led to believe he turned the canteen into a kind of nightclub set up.
Ever fancied having a beer in the stands while watching your team at the Emirates, or at Anfield, or at Stamford Bridge? Well, this season you actually can. Drinking alcohol in the stands at Premier League games may still be illegal, but the Women's Super League is doing something different. And here's how we got there. Back in the 1980s, football had a serious image problem. The sport was plagued by violence, pitch invasions and beer-fuelled chaos. Then, in 1985, Margaret Thatcher's government stepped in. They introduced the Sporting Events Control of Alcohol Act, banning alcohol in view of the pitch across England and Wales. Since then, many fans and clubs have called for the law to be relaxed. But despite attempts to change things over the years, authorities just haven't been convinced fans can be trusted. But in January 2025, something did change. The Women's Championship, now called the WSL2, launched a trial allowing fans to drink in the stands. The reasoning? Well, fans at women's matches tend to behave differently. Less aggression, more family-friendly vibes. As a result, select WSL and WSL2 stadiums are now allowing fans to drink alcohol in view of the pitch. It's been a landmark move showing growing trust in fans and recognising that women's football is building its own culture. So could the men's game be the next to leave the 1980s behind? Well, maybe, if fans can prove they can handle a pint without pitching it at someone. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Until then, it's Bovril all around. Cheers to that.
Good morning, 25 to 7, talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil Gabby, and Arnold Clark, with over 20,000 used cars online to choose from. We'll have the car for you. Right, the latest episode of How You Win the World Cup is now live. Matt Ford and Jacob Hawley are joined by one of England's greatest ever goalies, David Seaman, to discuss the importance of squad harmony at a World Cup.
Was it France 98 where the England players had the game where they would get in song lyrics into the post-match interviews?
Yeah.
Did you ever get any?
Yeah, oh, mate. I did the worst ever interview, right? I think it was with Gary Newborn. because I was trying to get we were trying to get Phil Collins' title song, and I was like trying to think, and I was forgetting the questions and all sorts. It was a joke. Like I know Shearer was really good at it. Gareth was good at it.
So it was Phil Collins. I guess you could say, well, it's in the air tonight.
Yeah.
It's another day in paradise. You know, we've got a great setup here, playing darts.
You've been all right, haven't you?
But then I can't remember any others.
No. The lads would be watching the interviews and they'd be like, yes!
Former England goalie David Seaman there on how to win the World Cup, available now wherever you get your podcasts. Now, here we go. The Cheltenham Festival, just 12 days away, and here at talkSPORT, the breakfast show, we're on the road to the Cotswolds.
Final flight again. Brazil has a chance.
I'll tell you why I'm going to make it all 5 days next. Well, I hope so.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I have no idea where Alan Brazil is.
I hope you never backed a winner, you old cow.
Brazil is trying to get through now to Gaelic Warrior. It's going to be very close. Brazil and Gaelic Warrior.
So we get over at the corporate. They've only stuck a lift in. I went, hello. And then this woman turned and said, Alan, that's the Alan Brazil lift. I've got the Zeiss binoculars. I've got the defibrillator, just in case things go wrong. And I've got a right few quid to get in there, hidden she don't know about. Come on! Oh, yes. The best week of the year is almost here. World-class racing and a world-class breakfast show. What more could you want? Sadly, no superstar Constitution Hill to look forward to. A campaign on the flat beckons for him. His trainer, the legendary Nicky Henderson, will join us in the show a little bit later. Excuse me. Before that, he's been out and about in the last few days getting all the inside information from all the trainers ahead of the big week. It's talkSPORT's racing and royal correspondent, Rupert Ding Dong Bell. Rupert, good morning.
Good morning, Rupert.
Good morning. I'm not happy to be the royal correspondent. I just want to stick to talking about racing royalty in terms of Constitution Hill, if that's all right, Alan. This morning.
We have to cover what we have to cover, Rupert.
Well, you send me in any direction you want, but let's keep it to Constitution Hill if we can possibly manage that, Alan.
So,
or
Rupert,
Gabby.
I've not spoke to you for ages. How are we?
Well, I'm fighting fit. I'm ready to go. I'm a bit like you. We've been on a fitness regime. We better both of us have a defibrillator at hand. You never know, because it gets quite stressful the week at Cheltenham. So really looking forward to it. I think this year, I'm glad they've sorted out the Constitution Hill debate.
Where do you stand on this, Rupert? Where do you stand?
Right decision. It just would have been, if something horrible had gone wrong, we'd have been defending the indefensible, because the horse had fallen in three of his last four starts. Look, he was brilliant at Southall. They can have an exciting time on the flat. We now have got, as you say, 12 days to the start and the champion hurdle, and we can let now all the other, that sort of speculation, we can now concentrate on what I think is going to be a fascinating 4 days. I think there's no odds-on favourite for any of the races. It just feels like a really good week in front of us.
Yes.
And I think that's the important thing. The Cheltenham Gold Cup looks an absolute ripper, so for the whole week should be top draw. And, now we can concentrate on the horses that are running.
Just a quick one on Constitution Hill. I did watch Southall, and it was remarkable, the reception. Nicky was almost in tears, his trainer, Nicky Henderson. And thank God, I think the owner and trainer have made the right decision. This horse owes them nothing. He's been magnificent. He's had a brilliant career. Yes, the last 4 runs, you say, so why take a chance? Why not have a bit of fun with him on the flat? Because he's still very, very speedy indeed. Will still win a lot of money. Let's look after him.
I think that's exactly right. I mean, I spoke to Nicky on Tuesday, obviously the day before he finally made the decision. He knew, and I asked him this was going to be the hardest decision that he's ever had to make in his training career, because it's not just about the horse, it's the public perception and everything. We do have to be very mindful of how the sport is perceived. But, as you say, the horse doesn't owe them anything. He's won the champion hurdle. It's not as if he's looking to win it for the first time.
Yeah.
He has won twice at Cheltenham brilliantly. Now, they can have some fun on the flat.
Where's he go, Rupert? Could he go to the Gold Cup at Ascot or not?
Well, I suppose he could. 2.5 miles, that is. I mean, they're talking about maybe coming out at Sandown, perhaps, or on that big evening meeting they have at the end of April. There's plenty of opportunities for him to show his worth. Where he goes, obviously, they'll be working that out as a programme. You know, Royal Ascot, that could certainly see him there. The E-Ball might be an absolute ready-made race for him.
Yeah.
You know, there's all sorts of opportunities. And you saw the reaction at Southall. To get over 3,500 on a damp, wet Friday night at Southall was a fantastic testament.
I don't want
to
to look you're dead right. I don't want to look too far ahead, but Melbourne Cup, the richest handicap in the world. There's so many options, isn't there?
Rupert, what's the weather looking like for Cheltenham and also for the fans as well? The hundreds of thousands that will be attending, and for the horses, of course.
Well, I think what they're saying, we've had so much rain in the Cotswolds. Gabby, just make sure you've got
guys in the Cotswolds.
Well, you've had it too, wherever you live, wherever you're allowed to stay every so often, Gabby.
What would you know about rain? You sat in front of that big roaring fire in the Ebrington Arms with your glass of port, large port. What would you know about the weather outside?
Does rain affect big estates like Rupert's Hill?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Well, it does. It's pretty.
But them gators are brilliant. You know them gators.
Yes,
they're great getting around 220 acres. Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. It has been wet. Cheltenham Gold Cup Day, I think, is almost a sellout, so that's fantastic. You know, the crowds. I think there is a positive vibe. It will be. I think on the soft side of good. Look, we've got rain, I think, forecast next week. It's been dry for the last couple of days. So, all in all...
Perfect ground.
Jumping ground. Perfect ground for what should be 4 days. Now, presumably we're off to John Jones, I think, on the Monday. And, you know, it should be a traditional week. And no excuse for you not to get to Friday this time, Alan.
Yes.
Because you will miss. You want to be there for one of the best looking Gold Cups for a long time.
With the Gold Cup, we spoke to Harry yesterday. Harry is not kidding himself. He knows how difficult this is going to be. The jukebox man, it is wide open. You've been out and about, Rupert. Where are you? Where's that little tenor of yours going? Have you made your mind up yet?
Well, I think Dan Skelton was very sweet on. I think it's Katira in what was the Coral Cup. Could be a decent price there. That saying was almost all his horses. In the Gold Cup, I've got a really strong regard for Rebecca Curtis's Haiti Couleurs, but, you know, Harry's bullish, as you would expect. He likened his horse to Julian Dix. I don't know whether that's a good analogy, but he says, you know, he's a fighter. Yeah, and that is basically what the jukebox man is, you know. And you don't want to get into jukebox man's horse box because he'll kick and lash out to you, just as Harry said, a bit like Julian Dix. But you know, the point is, this horse has got serious ability. But I think Haiti Couleurs in what could be a grueling contest, fast, and you need stamina, and Haiti Couleurs has that in spades. So I think Rebecca Curtis could be the trainer to follow in that Gold Cup, which is 2 weeks tomorrow.
There's no doubt, but look, fact or file, I backed him in Ireland when he was brilliant, but I did notice in behind Gaelic Warrior was cruising 2 out. Just ran out of juice a little bit, but that may be because they've left a bit in him, I don't know. Also, Galloping Deschamps, how can you leave him out?
You can't, but regaining the Gold Cup is difficult. Look, he will stay, but I just think there may be others who just could not quite, you know, he might have lost a little bit in Galloping Deschamps. You don't want sort of trouble build-up. That's why, you know, Spillane's Tower, who's in the JP McManus's colours, the Irish Raider, I think is an interesting one as well. So
JP's having a great time at the moment, isn't he?
And of course, he's got so many chances now for across the board, you know, with all these powerful horses that he's got. So that's why I think we're in for going to, where have I been this week? Ben Pauling's on Monday. I saw Dan Skelton's yesterday, been over to Ireland. So I'm not quite sure where I am at the moment, but it has been a revelation. There's been, and I think the British contingent, with Dan Skelton spearheading it, will have a much more successful Cheltenham they have had in previous.
There's a Mr. Mullins who might be thinking, you know what I mean? We've got to be very careful. You know, rule out Willie Mullins' horses at your peril, Rupert.
Can I ask Rupert a favour, though, Al?
Yes.
I'm staying over. I need to stay in the Cotswolds on Wednesday night. You got a spare cottage I can stay in, Rupert?
He's got 6 shepherd's huts now.
Rupert, any spare little cottages for me to stay in?
I think the garden shed will be good enough for you, Gabby.
Oh,
wow! You know, you can sleep with my ride-on mower, and you'll be. That doesn't sound right, anyway. But anyway, so you'll be quite comfortable in there. A little bit damp. The heating's a bit primitive in there, but if you want to stay,
no log fire in there, Rupert, for me.
Well, no log fire. No, there's probably a few mice and rats running around. So I think you'll be at home, Gabby.
You'll be at home. Hear that? He's having a go at Birmingham here.
No, but like a fellow Villa fan, Al, speaking to a Villa fan like that.
Oh, Rupert gives nothing away.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely
Yeah,
zilch.
Okay.
Rupert, I'll see you Monday.
Thank you, Rupert.
Wednesday, I'll see you Wednesday.
Looking forward to that. Very good.
Nice
Thank
one,
you.
Rupert Bell there. Right, still to come right here on Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
I get a nice invite down to the Stud down in Newmarket.
Lovely.
There's about 50, 60 foals on the ground, so I'm looking forward to getting down there to see them. Babies.
Lovely.
Brilliant.
You're excited for it, aren't you?
It is stunning, guy. Right, football-wise, Liverpool Champions League winner, FA Cup winner and League Cup winner Jimmy Traore will be on the show to discuss his great memories of playing for the Reds, what he makes of the current Liverpool side and his current work at Monaco B. I can think of worse places to be. And the man who used to do this will be here.
Looks for Mata again. Mata with a wonderful bicycle kick pass. Simon Mignolet in front of the delirious Manchester United fans to double their advantage and make the lead 2-0. It was an exquisite finish by Juan Mata.
Juan is just called up. He won't be here, but he'll be on Zoom, so I thought I would get that.
It's too far to travel, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Melbourne.
I'm way ahead of them as well. They said he's not here. He is here. Make your mind up, Sim. That's right. Champions League winner, World Cup winner, and Euro winner Juan Mata has won the lot, hasn't he? Will join the show to reveal all about his time at Chelsea and at United, what he thinks about the current side, and stay tuned for John Terry's question to Juan. Brilliant. That was a breakfast preview right here on the Sports Breakfast with our good friends at Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Fan, right, Ed?
Right, Ed?
Right, boys. Yeah, Ed, look, we're just like comparing him to other players that, players that Anthony Gordon could get in what team this is. And I said he's better than Gakpo. Do you agree?
100%. I'd go more than 25% though. Gakpo and Salah this season have both been passengers in the Liverpool team. Like, everyone's wondering why Liverpool are being so poor. It's because we're playing with 9 men every game. Anthony Gordon's miles better than Gakpo. He's like a Diaz. He's not as good as Diaz, I'm not saying that. But with the pace and the little trick and the ability to actually finish, we should have bought him. Instead of Isaac in the summer, we got Ekitike. All right, no one thought Ekitike was going to hit the ground running the way he did. But we should have, instead of buying Isaac, we should have went for Gordon, and he'd have been like a replacement for Diaz.
I think
agree with
Liverpool
that.
so
I'll be
fixated on buying Isak
They were.
that, and the Ekitike deal got done, and I think they were so far down the line with Isak.
They carried on with it.
I think
really they should.
Yeah, and I
to be
kind of
fair,
get it.
with Isak, where we were so far down the line, we offered them money. He said no. Isak spat his dummy out. We should have just held firm and said, listen, if you want to sell him, it's the original offer, or keep him and play him in the reserves, and then just when we'll take Andy Gordon off your hands.
Yeah.
Next.
.51 on talkSPORT. Right, we got loads to get through here, Gabs. Great. What about just a quick one on tonight's football? Stuttgart Celtic, will Martin play a week inside?
I would involve him. Big game on Sunday. I'll definitely play a week inside. What is it? Is it 4-1? 3 or 4-1 is it? 4-1 the first leg.
Look, Stuttgart have won each of the last 4 home major European matches. Celtic have never won an away European match in Germany in 16 attempts.
It's not good, is it?
And the Celtic Rangers are Rangers Celtic on Sunday.
And if you're looking at the game on Sunday, how important is that for this title race? How important is it for... Sorry, mate.
No.
Oh, yeah. It's so important for...
Do you know what?
Celtic and
Can I
Rangers.
just say the feedback? I can't hear a thing.
Can't hear a thing, mate.
I'm just going to babble on now. You were saying, Gab.
I just think it's so important that Celtic do not lose at Ibrox. But we're having a little joke with Ali last week, and Ali said he's going the game, isn't he? He's in with the fans.
Oh, he's gone with a lot, yeah.
So he's going to enjoy that. And I do fancy Rangers, to be honest, Al.
Well,
Martin's doing miracles, isn't he, with what he's got available?
Yeah, but you could see in his face he's very angry. Look, you just don't know with Celtic, but I keep whinging about the midfield's not strong enough, whereas Rangers have got strong midfield. Saying that, Livingston were 2-0 up against them. You just don't know in Old Firm games. You really don't know, Gab. It's 100 mile an hour. Celtic catch them on the break. You don't know. But if someone said, "There's your last quid," I'd go for a draw, hoping for the best.
I watched Rangers against Hearts at Ibrox, and they were very good.
Good game, great atmosphere, wasn't it?
They were very good. But your favourite in Hearts maybe to win the league?
I'm amazed that no one's talking about Hearts holding on and winning the league. Hearts are right in there, and they've got 2 good players coming back.
Yep.
I've
got some news from my ear. The Wi-Fi's down. That's why the TV is not working. So we've got Brian. We've got Brian ready.
Brian's here, is he?
Yeah, your script won't work.
Okay, let's say a very good morning. Let's talk Olympic golds and ice hockey with Brian T. Smith. Morning, Brian.
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's great to see you as always. Thanks for having me on.
Brian, sorry, our internet's gone down, so we'll just ad-lib this one. Brian, did you enjoy the winter? I'm going to cut my football in a moment, but did you enjoy the Winter Olympics? President Trump was very happy, wasn't he, with the ice hockey?
Alan, I had a feeling you were going to have me on and mention Donald Trump. I had a feeling that was going to happen. I love the Winter Olympics. I thought Milan, the whole situation was beautiful, very well handled. I was in Paris for the Summer Olympics a couple years ago. That went off great. So kudos to the Olympics overall. And actually having it in 28 in LA will be fascinating if they can pull that off successfully. But I thought overall the win that's going to stick in everyone's minds in the United States was the men's win over Canada, just because of the tension in that match, going to the end, going to 3 versus 3. And then, of course, you had the political fallout. You can't have anything in the U.S. anymore without having something happen relating to Trump and politics. That's just how it goes right now. But that was a huge win.
I love the scrap in the hockey, Brian. I love that.
I do too, and I'm going to be honest.
All over it.
100%. I don't sit around following hockey day to day. You know, I'm following the Premier League over here. But that was one heck of a match that people in America remember for the next 20 or 30 years.
Yeah. So, right, on to football, Brian. Our football.
Not soccer.
Couple of American coaches
No
had
soccer.
a chance, and they've been sent packing back on the boat to New York. What is going on? Why are we going for US coaches in our soccer, our football?
I think it's a great question. I don't understand anything about this. From my perspective, having lived in the U.S. for 40 years, covered MLS, watched the rise of MLS. I was just speaking to Chris Richards from Crystal Palace, USMNT, and he mentioned that the World Cup in '94 was a game changer for soccer in the U.S., and that led to the rise of MLS.
Great attendances.
100%. But MLS, I'd love to know what you guys think, but let's rank MLS in terms of a international football league. Where is it? Is it fifth? Is it sixth?
It's hard, isn't it? Because for me, I would only ever watch probably an Inter Miami game because of Messi.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
And if I'm being honest, Brian, I'd rather watch the chase. A rewind of the chase, the quiz program.
I would rather watch hockey.
It does not interest me at all, and I don't want to be disrespectful.
But Brian, Eric Ramsey, obviously English, but worked in America. Got sacked by West Brom. Only 44 days in charge, 9 games, 0 wins, 4 draws, 5 defeats. Didn't work for him. Didn't work for Nancy as well, who come from the MLS at Celtic. And also, I looked at some of the managers that have been American that have managed in the Premier League. Bob Bradley was the first one, wasn't he? And he lasted 85 days in charge of Swansea. David Wagner, who played for the United States of America, he done well with Huddersfield, got them promoted, and then kept them up. Then you got Jesse Marsh, who done okay at Leeds, didn't he? Spent a year there, kept them up, but then got them into the relegation scrap the year afterwards. And Fabian Hertzler, born in Texas, he's done okay with Brighton and still a very young manager.
I think overall, it's not that it cannot work and it will not work at one day. It's going to work at some point, but this isn't Ted Lasso. This isn't TV. Spending the last 2.5 years over here and going to all levels of EFL matches, you realize instantly the separation between MLS and Championship, League One. And so much of it is the supporters and the fans and the passion and the history. But I think ultimately this isn't specifically on these managers. This is on the organizations. This is just a very, very poor decision, especially when I look at the big two, Nancy and Ramsey. They have talent, but just because you're winning in MLS, just because you've had success in MLS, does not mean it's going to instantly transition over here. And I think that we are seeing that. And I just don't understand these decisions. If I was a supporter, I would be furious. If I was a supporter, I would be questioning my club as well. Yes. There's too much talent in England and in Europe on the managing, the coaching level to try to have this 1 in a million shot work out for you. They're better off starting low and working their way up over here, but plucking them from MLS and putting them into a really tough situation in Championship, and obviously it's not going to happen in Premier League. That just doesn't make sense right now, guys.
Brian, just one last one. The World Cup is upon us. Major problems at the moment in Mexico. Do you see political unrest? Do you see problems arising during the World Cup? Is it, or will the authorities clamp down on this?
What is troubling, Alan, is that we're about 100 days away. We'll be 100 days away from the World Cup next week, and we'll have all this covered, of course, at talkSPORT.com. But the situation in Mexico, right, that's been building for decades. That's not something you can just contain or control in 24 hours. So if something like that were to break out again, they're going to have to consider the unthinkable, which is moving it to a different site. But that's almost impossible in the World Cup because of the logistics and all the planning that goes involved. So this is a huge, huge test for the United States, for Canada, for Mexico. But ultimately, Alan, this is a huge test for FIFA and one person, Gianni Infantino, who has bet everything on having the greatest, most historic World Cup ever. And they will pull that off if one thing happens, if it is safe for the supporters, for the traveling fans. They have to make the World Cup safe. And it has not obviously been a safe situation in Mexico.
You couldn't pay me to go to Mexico again, Brian. Honest.
I'm not going to say what I really think right there, Gabby, because I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah, so
imagine
not for me, mate.
A few thousand might be England, Scotland, or whoever fans bedded up in Tijuana.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I know. Yeah, not good.
Dear.
Not good at all, Brian.
You might be better off going to Kansas City, or I would stick to Kansas City right now if I was going to the World Cup in America.
You're not wrong, mate.
Brian, maybe attendances are going to be brilliant, and maybe it might be the best World Cup ever. We don't know. But in terms of coaching, the reason why we're chatting, we've got a long way to go for the US coaches to come over here and make a name for themselves. It will happen one day, but not just yet. Brian, brilliant.
Top man,
Brian.
Brian.
We'll talk soon. Brian T.
Cheers,
Smith
guys. Appreciate it.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? But there'll be great attendances in America.
Yeah, they will. But if someone told you now, will you go? Do you want to go to Mexico and watch a game? Would you go right now?
I think if you're careful, yeah. But a lot of fans are not careful in the sun and baby. Well, you just stay
in your room.
You go. You watch it in telly and PGF Fridays. Well, up next we'll discuss whether Real Madrid are a side the remaining English six will mind bumping into when they make that Champions League draw.
This came up a couple of times. Grappling, wrestling at corner kicks, does it need clamping down upon? Or has it become a part of a team's armoury, if you like, their approach in a game? Former referee Graham Scott, in his Telegraph column, enough already. Corner kicks in football are becoming a farce that's impossible to police and ruining the spectacle. Action is needed. For solutions, I would imitate hockey by forcing teams to place a certain number of players in the other half. It need not be many, but it would create space. In other words, the scene inside the box is way too congested, and there's all sorts of goings on that shouldn't be going on, and it's got to stop. Is he right?
I don't think so. My gut feeling is that it can be managed better. And now we've got VAR and it's here to stay, and we've got to embrace it. Let's use it to its max. The problem we've got is on a lot of these situations with the corners, the punishments aren't there for a lot of what's going on. And a part of the reason is, and I understand it from the officials, is that they don't want to be constantly having interruptions and free kicks, but it's a short-term. You've got it for short-term chaos.
Yeah,
will create a better long-term. If you start, so for example, if a defender is facing the other way and not looking at the ball, even if he's not committing a foul, you can give one.
Would you give up the chance to play for your country to become a global star of your sport and earn big money doing it? Well, that's the choice facing rugby players right now because of the proposed new R360 League. Led by 2003 World Cup winner Mike Tindall, it's already being backed by major investors. Its goal? Turn rugby union into franchises, not clubs, add some serious cash and a bit of razzmatazz. Or in their words, make the game more watchable, accessible and entertaining, especially for younger audiences. But there's been a huge pushback, a massive no way from the current game. So what exactly is R360 and why is it controversial? Rugby union is facing challenges on a domestic level right now. There's huge financial instability across even top-tier clubs. The English game has seen leading clubs like Wasps, London Irish and Worcester go out of business in the top flight. The Welsh provincial game is in total disarray too. R360 says they would remove what are easily some clubs' biggest expenses, i.e. the big stars, and therefore make more of them profitable. So the plan is to inject a new lease of life into the sport. But how exactly? Top stars of the men and women's game playing for a franchise-based league with fixtures in cities like London, Miami, Tokyo and Lisbon. Each city would host a tournament featuring all the franchises during a short 3-month season. And though no players have officially confirmed, reports suggest around 200 have signed pre-contracts, some worth up to 750 grand. And if that's the pre-contract, you can imagine where the full wages will get to. Problem is, the rest of rugby says no. In fact, no way. The national unions from England, Scotland, Ireland, France, Italy, South Africa, New Zealand and Australia have declared any player joining R360 will be banned from test selection. World Rugby's also not approved the league. Many fear it echoes football's failed European Super League, a top-down, money-driven idea that could damage the sport's traditions. So is it dead already? Well, Rugby Union is at a crossroads. Some may be against it, but we know others are being swayed by the cash. So will everything work itself out? Or after the European Super League and Live Golf, have we got sport's next big scandal on our hands?
Having a go at you, Gab.
Just winding me up now.
Why?
I'm getting everyone a Starbucks, and Ed's asking for extra. He wants breakfast as well. Can you believe it, Al?
You know, I
Oliver
knew,
Twisty
I
is,
knew
man.
Ed when he used to bring in a packed lunch.
Really? Them days are gone, mate.
Half a banana, right? A little couple of squares of Galaxy.
Half a banana?
Yeah, that was it. And a Turkish delight.
Well, it's better than the moose, isn't it? Didn't the moose bring in some fish?
Boggin. A week old salmon. Oh, boggin.
You're better than that, moose. Come on.
Ed talks about breakfast with Arnold Clark. Browse the UK's best used car deals and score your dream car today. Check out their website for more details. Now, after the first leg controversy in Lisbon, Vinícius Jr got his revenge against Benfica at the Bernabeu, firing Real Madrid in the last 16. And here's how it sounded live here on your number one talkSPORT.
Through a goal, fires it into the bottom right-hand corner. And it's the same celebration down by the corner flag. A familiar sight, as is Real Madrid making it through to the last 16 of the Champions League. It has come to pass again.
43 and 37 for club and country, and without him, there's going to be a little bit of doubt. Vinícius Jr stepped up to the plate to win it on the night for Real Madrid and send them through.
Yeah, Vinícius Jr. He had the last laugh, didn't he? Found Real Madrid in the last 16, celebrating with that. Same dance in Lisbon, but for Jose, another disappointment. Well, is it a disappointment? You're playing Real Madrid, but anyway,
10 years,
disappointing European night. As 10 Champions League knockout games without a win. Difficult, you know. Listen, I love Jose, But for the likes of Sporting and Benfica, difficult for them.
Oh, very difficult. You look at the squads that Benfica have got compared to Real Madrid. They should never have qualified, but to have 10 years since your last knockout tie you won, that's not a great record for a fantastic manager.
I'm glad to say John is now a man who was in commentary in Madrid last night. His 1997 FA Cup winner was Chelsea and former Benfica defender. Scott Minto joins us. Scott, morning.
Scotty, good morning, mate.
Morning, chaps. How are we?
Very good, Scott. Scott, tell me just a little bit about Benfica. How big a club and institution in Portugal is Benfica?
Blimey, Al, we haven't got long enough. I remember when I was signed there, the first day of pre-season, there were 5,000 people at the training ground. And then we had one game in pre-season at home at the Stadio de Luz. We played Lazio. 80,000 people. The stadium was completely full.
Is that the Red Stadium?
Yeah, that was the old stadium before they did it. They knocked it down and built it on the same site for the 2004 Euros. But there were 80,000 people for the one pre-season game to see who was going to represent their team for the season. And I remember there was red carpet laid out as well, and they individually named us over the loudspeaker. So it was kind of, João Pinto, hey, Nuno Gomes, hey, Scott Minto. I've got my hand up thinking, it was almost, but that was my dad. But I was just thinking, oh my goodness, I play well here. And I'll be honest with you, I absolutely loved it. It was an amazing time, and I feel very proud to have played for that club.
What did you think of last night, Scotty? I watched the game. I thought first 15-20, Benfica ran the show, didn't they? Got the goal, deserved. Could have got a couple more. But then Vinícius Jr decided to turn up to the party, didn't he?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Benfica was superb. I watched the first leg, and the first 15 minutes they did well, but Real Madrid took over. Kylian Mbappe could have scored a hat-trick in that first half, and it could have been all over. But it wasn't. It was 1-0. And I'm thinking, but it's the Bernabeu. How are they going to do here? I thought they were superb, Benfica. I really do. Deservedly went a goal up. I think it was crucial for Real Madrid to score very soon afterwards. And you're right, mate. I gave Vinny Jr man of the match. I actually could have given it to Federico Valverde as well, who was just sensational. And he was almost plugging any gap that Real Madrid needed to fill. But between him and Vinny Jr, I thought those two players were
but let's be honest, Scotty. They were poor Real Madrid. And if you're a Manchester City, even a Sporting Lisbon, you're looking at that performance. They need their players back soon, don't they? Bellingham, Housen, Rodrigo, Milito, Mbappe, they need them all back soon, don't they?
Yeah, and I heard you saying that earlier, and I couldn't agree more, mate. I mean, Real Madrid, sometimes they find a way to win, and you're thinking, well, how did they do that? And it wasn't quite like that last night, but, they're going to step it up in the round of 16, and I don't know. I said last night that I don't fancy Real Madrid to go all the way. Adrian kind of wasn't sure about that, but I think there are better teams out there. I think defensively they're weak, and it wasn't just on last night. The fact that Raul Asensio came in for Housen, I just think they're very, very open. The fullbacks, including Trent, can be got out, although Trent did have a good game going forward last night.
Scotty, any idea why the Italian clubs are struggling in Europe?
Not really, Al. I said Gab. I heard Gab again earlier saying, get an Italian correspondent on. But it's not just club; it's country as well, isn't it?
Yes.
I think the fact that they haven't had a World Cup since 2010. I mean, amazing that they came here and then won the Euros and beat us in the final. But if you look at what's happened, I mean, Inter Milan actually have been in the final 2 of the last 3 years. But there is definitely a problem from a financial point of view, attracting the very top players. And probably a mid-table Premier League side can offer more wages than almost a top-class Italian side. And yeah, there's no doubt about it. They need to sort it out because, again, like Gab was saying earlier, I used to watch, in the early 90s, Gazzetta dello Sport, and it was, when Gaza went over there as well, it was the top league in European football. But
that's what I used to look forward to over the whole week.
What's his name? James someone,
Richardson.
Yeah.
Was that right, Scotty?
Yeah, absolutely. And but then the sort of second deal of the Premier League kicked in, and Premier League took over.
Just one last one on the Premier League. Your boys, Chelsea, go to Arsenal. What do you reckon?
Well, to be fair, I thought Arsenal was superb against Spurs, and it's not a great Spurs side clearly, but the fans were brilliant there. They were up for it, and yet there was a chasm in class. So I think mentally they showed they are worthy champions. City have showed they're worthy champions. My worry about Chelsea is even when they go ahead, they seem to find a way to lose points from winning positions. So, look, it's, until I know you got Juan Mata on and John Terry's got a question. If there's any time, just ask him the importance of a senior player.
Yeah.
That's what I would say, and I think that's Chelsea's problem.
How important is Champions League qualification as well, Scotty, for Chelsea?
Massive, mate. I'm going to be doing a talkSPORT pod daily quite soon, and we're going to be talking about the Champions League places. They've actually said Villa are going to be in there, whatever. I'm not 100% sure.
No, I'm not sure either, mate. In recent form, not one bit am I confident at the moment. And Aston Villa have still got to play Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, and I'm sure Liverpool as well.
But I think United, the fact that they're doing so well under Mickey Carrick, and they haven't got a game other than a Premier League match that they, on the pitch, but also they can rest. So I fancy United to get in the top 5. I think it could be a shootout between Liverpool and Chelsea, actually, for who misses out. But Villa had better start picking up points again.
Yeah, they've gone off the ball. Scotty, thank you.
Top man, Scotty.
Later, Scott Minto coming up. Katie Shanahan in the studio. Oh, God. And Jimmy Traore, 3 times major trophy winner at Liverpool and Monaco B team head coach, will join us just after 7:30.
Simon, it's reported Frank Warren of Queensbury is engaged in a legal battle with the company's seller and TKO, headed up by Turki Al Sheikh and Dana White. They are fronting Zuffa Boxing. What's all this about? Mr. Warren's company, Queensbury, is claiming that seller and TKO breached contracts they'd signed with them and went behind his back to form a venture, Zuffa, that aims to dominate boxing. The Telegraph understands this morning that Queensbury will seek up to $1 billion compensation for income the company claims it would have made had the contracts been honoured. Frank suing Turki and Al Sheikh and Dana White. Turki Al Sheikh and Dana White. It seems it's all getting a bit nasty, isn't it? And those who were once friends are very much no longer friends.
Well, I mean, they fling writs around like confetti in this space at times, don't they? But I mean, it's kind of in this territory of where I suggested it might be at some point, which is that the Saudis will have their own lifespan, their own attitude towards the boxing industry, and eventually not have the necessity to deal with the Eddie Hearns and Frank Warrens of the world if their ultimate aim is to conquer demand and diminish the sport that they're in by being the sole force in it. Now, Frank either has a contract.
fantastic performance, Millwall. Seen the goals. Such great play from Millwall against Birmingham City, Alan. Fantastic.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast. Brazil and Gabby couldn't wind up a clock. Right, Katie Shannon is back in the studio because our very own Dan and Bent has been catching up with superstar Ivan Toney.
Yes, so he was on talkSPORT yesterday. The England striker who plays for Al Ahly out in the Saudi Pro League was speaking to Darren Bent, and he was actually full of praise for the standard of the Saudi Pro League.
It's just going to keep improving, I feel, with the quality that each team has. And with me personally, I feel like wherever I go, no matter what situation, I just want to be scoring goals. And I think if you check my career and check my stats, wherever I've gone, I've scored goals, and that's my main achievement that I want to set out to do. But coming here with the not knowing what I was stepping into, I felt straight at home with the team. Obviously, there was a lot of different backgrounds, but everyone integrated as one, and made me feel at home, and I started scoring goals straight away.
I mean, to be fair, he has been scoring goals. He's got 22 goals in 23 league appearances, so he's got a great record. So, Gabby, why are we not talking about him more for England?
Because the manager, Thomas Tuchel, brought him into his squad and didn't bring him on, and hasn't brought him into a squad since. So that says everything about the manager. Maybe has looked at him in training and thought, no, not for me. What's weird about the situation is that we see other countries like Portugal. You've got Neves and Cancelo before he went to Barcelona that were still getting into Portugal squads, but playing in Saudi Arabia. Some managers don't care. If you're still a good player, I don't care where you're playing. Doesn't bother me. But maybe over here, we're different in England of like, you know what, if you go to Saudi Arabia and you take the big bucks and you leave a competitive league, then you don't deserve to play for your country.
Do you think there's also an element of we don't know how much a Saudi goal is worth? So, like, how many Saudi goals is it comparable to a Premier League goal?
I think Thomas Tuchel probably thinks second-rate league. Doesn't
100%.
Doesn't really, I'm not taking a lot of interest in it.
You see some of the goals out, and it's like they're playing in half pace.
I don't watch it.
I see some of the clips.
Doesn't interest me.
If I'm Thomas Tuchel, I'm saying you might have scored over 20 goals in the league, 23 is it? But you know what? That probably counts for 2 Premier League goals. Like, you left the big league for the money, and then this is your sort of punishment of...
Yeah. Well, let's be honest, Gab, right? He's gone for the money.
Yeah.
Good luck to him, and he's making a big success of it. So good luck to him as long as he's enjoying it. Yeah. But at the end of his career, when he says, I should get more England caps.
I went to the World Cup.
People will say, well, you shouldn't have gone to Saudi.
Exactly. You can't have it all, can you?
Is he becoming a forgotten man then?
100%. Because look at the strikers in the Premier League. I mean, Ollie Watkins, who I love, 8 Premier League goals. You've got...
Oh, there's a chance here for him.
Solanke. You've got strikers that maybe aren't really knocking on the door to try and take Harry Kane's place. Delap hasn't done it either. So you're saying like if Ivan Toney had stayed, 100% would be going to the World Cup because it's a quality player.
So that's what he's given up. He's taking the money for maybe not playing in a World Cup.
Yep. So you can do all
good luck to him. He's thought about it. He's not stupid.
But Al, he's doing a lot of interviews. You can do all the interviews you want. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, Thomas Tuchel is not going to pick you. Especially
he's a strong manager.
Yeah, especially now that there's been that many squads and you haven't been involved since the first one you were in. He's obviously not having you. So if I was him, I'd forget. At 29 years of age as well, obviously his last chance of going to a World Cup. Really, I think he's got to forget about playing for his country.
Well, Darren actually asked Toney if he'd been in contact with England manager Thomas Tuchel.
And have you had any conversations or any kind of contact with Thomas Tuchel? Has he said that he's going to come and see you? Has there been any kind of link to him so that you know that you've got an opportunity of getting yourself in the squad?
No, there's been no conversation, but I don't expect it to be, because he's got so many other players that he has to be watching also, and I'm sure he'll probably be keeping one eye on me and see what I'm doing. But like I said, I just have to be focused on myself, keep my head down, and keep scoring goals, and I'm sure it will come into his way, and my goal scoring, and it'll give myself an opportunity,
I think his only hope is 2 or 3 injuries just before the World Cup. Centre forward injuries, then he might have a chance.
Yeah, but just like he says there, the manager's not contacted him. I know for a fact Thomas Tuchel does. He's big on contacting the players, even FaceTiming them, and like seeing how they're getting on. The ones that he maybe doesn't get to some of their games, so
there's not been in contact, Gabby, that we don't know about.
I just think maybe he was in the squad and he wasn't having him in training. Maybe he didn't look as fit as other players. Probably he didn't look as fit as the other players. And maybe in Thomas Tuchel's mind as well, like we says, you're playing in the Saudi League, you've gone for the money, you should have stayed in the Premier League and signed for a club in the Premier League and playing top flight football. I can't really take you serious when you're over there, and you can't blame the manager, can you, Katie?
If he stayed at Brentford, do you think this would have been a different conversation?
100%. He'd be in that England squad for sure. The way Brentford have played over the years, and he was a top striker, wasn't he? Like, he had everything. He could score from outside the box, great in the air, strong, hold it up.
Yeah.
But when you leave for Saudi Arabia to go and get the crazy money, no one's saying there's a problem with that. Good for you, mate.
But his talent hasn't changed.
I know, but maybe it has. Because Thomas Tuchel had been training and saw him and didn't bring him on and hasn't called him back since. So maybe he looked at him and says, maybe you're not as sharp as the other players, so I'm not going to pick you.
Do you see Ivan Toney returning to England to revive his career?
No.
You think that's it?
I don't think at 29 and 30 soon, why would you come back over here when you've got life-changing money? And so Ivan Toney didn't earn crazy Premier League money while he was at Brentford throughout his career. Come from Peterborough, didn't he? So he's obviously chosen that Saudi Arabian move. Let me go and get the big bucks. Why would you leave that to come back here? And it's not as easy as that either, is it? With the tax reasons as well, to come back and play in Europe, and you play.
He could be jumping on a private jet.
Exactly, to Dubai.
Abu Dhabi, Dubai. You know, it's not all. You know, Saudi's not. Saudi's changing. It's changing.
To re-hear that. It's like, what did you just say?
Saudi is changing.
Deer yesterday, camels today.
But Gabby hit the nail on the head. If you go there for the big bucks, you pay
don't complain. Yeah, don't complain.
And when he comes back and his career's over, he'll think, I could have played in the World Cup, but hello, look at that bank.
Exactly. But everyone's different, aren't they? Some players would have says, no, I don't want to go yet because I want to get to the World Cup. I want to play in a World Cup for my country.
What would you have done?
I would have went to Saudi Arabia and took the money.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you got a long time to live after football. You want to look after your kids, your grandkids. Why not? Yes, playing for your country was a proud moment of my career, but if I was his position, go and get that money. Show me the money. Show me the money.
Alan would have gone to World Cup with
Yes.
What are you lying for?
He's got enough money anyway.
You love money more than anyone I've ever met in my life.
I would never have gone to Saudi to play.
There we go.
Oh, what a good man you are, Alan.
Nothing wrong with Saudi, but not for football, not for me.
Not for £300,000 a week, tax free.
No.
Okay.
No.
Put your little debit card in every month, and there's 1.2 million going
No.
Okay.
Money's not everything, Gav.
Exactly. We'll teach
Are you
you
sure?
that.
Happiness is more important.
Alan, you are something
Happiness.
else.
Children, I bet your kids are delighted. Yeah, Dad.
This guy.
Why didn't we go to Saudi?
Alan,
Yeah.
Paul Lambert used to say about.
Watch that, 7:28.
Been chatting in the office earlier, we're discussing Arsenal, how they've embraced the dark arts under Arteta, time wasting, being annoying to play against, bit of housery. We wanted to know whether you're a fan of the way Arsenal go about their business. Here's Cundy's take on Arsenal's housery and dark arts from last season.
And also, who are Arsenal? And what have they done in the last 20 years? Seriously? How can they be taking that battle there? Quieten yourselves down. You're a good side, really good team, and showed that the weekend. You're probably going to be second again.
Yeah.
When you win something, then you can shout from the houses. Then you can start doing all this housery. Then it's built on nothing other than, it comes from Arteta. He's he loves to promote, and it's fine. Arsenal fans would love it, and I totally get it. I watched Chelsea under Jose, right? Jose won things. Jose won Premier League. Back-to-back Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
He was there. You earn the right.
Yeah.
You earn the right. And right now, Arsenal haven't earned the right to be doing that sort of.
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head.
Turn it up, Ed.
High, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end
of a star. What is it, Gab? There's a golden sky and the sweet silver sound.
I know the next line.
Of the lark. Come on, Gab.
Wait for it.
Come on, Gab.
Wait for it. Walk on
through the way.
I'm a neutral, can't sing no more.
Oh, Gabby. talkSPORT Breakfast with Gabby and me, Brazil, Arnold Clark, with over 20,000 used cars online to choose from. They'll have the car for you. That's right. I'd like to say John is a man who was part of that infamous night in Istanbul and won 3 major trophies with Liverpool. Looking forward to this. Former Reds defender, current Monaco B team coach, Jimmy Traore joins us. Jimmy, very good morning.
Good morning, Jimmy.
Good morning, guys. It's a good way to start the morning with that song.
I think, Jimmy, that is a classic, isn't it? That is the #1 football song, surely.
Yeah, yes. It's fantastic. You know, that anthem in, Anfield is one of the best. And when you play that, you have some goosebump.
Yeah,
always.
Jimmy, things are just changing at Liverpool, aren't they? You know, it's been last year brilliant, and this year's been a bit of a struggle. Can you put your finger on why? Why there's a problem this year? Have other teams got better?
No, last year they have like fantastic year. Don't forget they won the league, so it's not easy to win the league when you have some big team. And this year I think it's they renew the team. They bought like so many new players. So now I think it will take time because they are young. Some of them they don't have like big experience to play in Premier League. But if they let the coach build and take his time with that team, I think they can be successful the next few years.
Jimmy, where are I'm going to Monaco now. Where are Monaco at? Because they're 6 points off Marseille, who are in fourth place in the league. They're 20 points off PSG in first place. But over 2 legs in the Champions League, they match PSG. Where are this team at the moment?
It was tough, we sacked the manager in the beginning of the season. We bring the new manager, someone very young, and so we have like some injury player, a lot of injury players, so we use a lot of young players. I think at the moment the big problem we have is like we take so many red cards, we can't control.
Last night, yeah.
Because we match up, against Paris, both legs, and I don't think if we don't have a red card, I'm sure we can go through. But that's the way, with experience, you can cope with that kind of atmosphere and that kind of top game,
And
that's
Jimmy, a lot of people are saying now, Jimmy, that PSG, Paris, have not hit their best form yet. It was a good time, to catch them, and the Champions League, of course, is beginning to warm up, Jimmy. Do you still think Paris have a chance of winning it?
No, when they're in possession, to be fair, they're still like the same that last year. They keep the ball, they can hurt you. But, with Dembele injured, so it's like they struggle a little bit. And at the moment, they don't defend well. So in transition, if you have like fast players, strong players, you can catch them. But apart from that, they have a fantastic coach. And to be fair, it's the best team in France. They dominate the league for many years, and they have some top young player. But Champions League is not easy competition to win. You need to play your best game on the day, and the small details makes a big difference in that type of game.
Jimmy, you're the Monaco B head coach. Monaco have always brought through exceptional talent, haven't they? You have to look at their standout player. Thierry Henry was there, wasn't he? But Mbappe come through at Monaco and done so well as a teenager. Akluche scored last night, didn't he? He come through the B team. How good of a player is he?
No, he's a fantastic player. Some people call me about him, even last year, some top club. Yeah. I was recommend the club to pick him because he's a top talent. He's only like 24, I think.
Yes.
And he's still like, he's not hit his ceiling yet. So he's very good on the ball, very technical. He can create chance, he can score goals. He have good pace. Now, what we need from him, because he's a young player, is to be more consistent. But if you play on the team, my opinion, that keep the ball more and stay more in possession, you can see like all his best attributes.
Is that what Monaco offers as well, Jimmy, for young players? You come through the youth setup there, you're going to get a chance if you're good enough in the first team.
Yes, we have a very, very good pathways, just like the way we recruit players, and the way we develop players. That's one of the reasons why I'm in Monaco. So it's my second year there. I can tell you, I coach some very, very talented players. But now the hard part for them is to be patient because most of them, they want to go and play their team very, very early, and they don't understand like it's a step by step. So that's what's the hard part for me as a coach with the B team is to keep the guys motivated and keep the guys working every single day to go through in the first team. Because in the end of the day, when you go through in the first team, you've been there before, you want to play straight away. And sometimes you need patience. And that's why, like the young generation, some of them, they're not very patient. And some of them, it makes the wrong choice.
Jimmy, just back to Liverpool, if you don't mind. They've had so many great players through the decades. I feel for Mo Salah at the moment, Jimmy. He's not the Mo Salah of 2-3 years ago. I don't know whether it's age catching up. He's passing, he's picking the wrong pass, and he just looks a little bit frustrated. Can he get back to his best, or do you think, Jimmy, we've seen the best of a brilliant footballer?
I think he still have some football on him, but after that, we all know football is very hard at the moment, you play with more intensity, the team know you, and I think he played, in my opinion, that's my own opinion, I think he played too many games, so maybe sometimes you need to rest him and, keep him fresh, because it's hard to play that high intensity game when you start to get old. So yes, but Mo Salah is a legend for Liverpool. What he done, I don't think some player can catch him.
Yeah.
So I think it's a way for him, the way he wants to end his career in Liverpool, and it's only about him, how he wants to do it.
It's funny as you mention that about too many games, because he wants to play every game. And it's a bit like the young kid, great player, Saka at Arsenal. He wants to play every game. And just maybe Arsenal have to look at that and say, let's give him a little bit of a break. But he insists, no, I want to play. But it does catch up with you, Jimmy.
Yes, of course. Football is insane at the moment. When you say to the top player, when you play in a big club and you play like more than a 75 game or a year or something like that, for me, I think it's crazy because the demand is higher than compared to before. And you play like every 3 days when you play Champions League, when you play in the league, and if you play for your national team as well.
Yeah.
It's hard to compete. It's hard to play in the same intensity all the time. But for me, I think it's like you need to give the chance to some young player. I know Saka is young. He's still young, but one point he will start to get like some injuries, something like that. So you need to take care of his body as well if you want to play.
Yeah.
And that level as well.
Jimmy, the World Cup coming up, I'm sure you'll be going out there. I was just thinking, Italy are struggling at the moment, but France. Have France got the biggest chance from a European team playing over in America for the World Cup, do you think?
I think we have always produced and developed like some good players. The coach, I have so much experience. Didier Deschamps, he was my coach when I was playing in Marseille. He knows that competition, he knows the player, and you have a choice. But now it's how the player come to the competition. If they're fresh, if they're ready. It's not only like physical, it's mental as well. So that's the way they come. But I think France are a very, very, very good squad. Now it's a World Cup, many games to play as well. Mbappe is a captain, top scorer. So we need to have him fresh and ready to play that competition.
Yeah.
We know as well, Jimmy, in your career, that goal line clearance in the final of the Champions League, does that still get brought up to you by people when you speak to them?
The crazy part is you have so many Champions League been played, so many finals been played. But all the time people, when you talk about football, when you talk about finals, they talk about that final. And when we played that final, to be honest, even when we won it, we didn't realize we achieved something crazy. Of course, winning Champions League, it was fantastic for Liverpool Football Club because it was the 5th one. But now, it's only now I realize we done something crazy because all the time that's been mentioned. Yes, I cleared the ball in the line, but that's a highlight for me. But to be fair, I know I played the poor first half. But that's the way it's football, it's all about mentality. And that's why
How influential was Steven Gerrard at half-time? Did he take the mic sort of and give the players the speech they needed to go out in the second half?
No, I've been playing with Stevie G for many years before that, and he's always the DNA of the football club. If you go to the war, he's the one who would be in front of the line, and we always follow him. So it's we knew if something happened in that final, it would be him who will start something, and that's what he did, and that's why people love him, and that's why he's a fantastic captain. He don't need to talk that much, but he show, and that has been since the day one when I came to Liverpool in '99. He's always been doing that, even in a younger age, with some background player on the team. So that's why he's one of his characteristics as a player.
Jimmy, we've got the Champions League draw coming up. It'll be interesting to see who the big boys get. And listen, good luck with your career as a coach and enjoy the World Cup. And really, really happy to talk to you. Thank you very much.
And Jimmy, one quick one for me. If there's any top young players available for Aston Villa, I will give you a call afterwards.
No problem, man. I have some talented player, man.
Good. I call you afterwards. We do business.
Yes, no problem. No.
Jimmy, don't give him your number, Jimmy, because he wants to go to the Grand Prix in Monaco. Do not give him your number.
He's welcome.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Nice one, Jimmy Traore. Good luck, pal. Thank you. Right, from one top player to Juan Mata coming up just around 8:30 as well. Coral odds coming up as we build up to Cheltenham. What? Oh, still to come in breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
So talking about Juan, coming up a little bit later, we're going to be joined by World Cup winner Juan Mata, and one of his former Chelsea teammates, legend, has left a message for us. Have a listen.
Gabby, hi mate, it's JT. I hear you've got the legend and the little magician on your show today. So I just wanted to say a big hello to the little maestro and the guy that helped us win the Champions League in 2012. The man who took the corner that set up Didier's goal on the header. He's an absolute legend. Juan, we love you. I miss you, mate. I hope you're doing well. I can't believe you're still going. I love you. I miss you. And I hope to see you soon.
Ah, lovely. John Terry, that's right. Make sure you stay tuned all morning. We're going to be joined live right here on talkSPORT Breakfast by the Champions League, FA Cup, World Cup and European Championship winner, brilliant, Juan Mata. Okay, that was our breakfast preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins Hire.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
Last time out, Josh, in the Masters, you struggled against the boy wonder. Is he so much better than anybody would ever believe, Luke Littler?
Yeah, there has been a couple of times I've let him off we've played, but listen, you have to learn from their mistakes. And they got away, get the game against me at the Masters, which was my own fault. It just wasn't. I don't think I prepped myself right. So, but we all learn from mistakes and we move on. But at the minute, he is the best player in the world for a reason. 2-time world champion.
What are the differences? What's he doing differently than you? I mean, because it seems like a simple thing to throw the things and hit the numbers. Is it consistency? How good is he?
I just think he's a control freak. he's like a robot. Just can do it better than anybody else at the minute.
And how happy are you that obviously every time anybody speaks to you about stuff, they bring him up? I apologise. I'm just gonna.
No, it doesn't bother me because listen, he's made our sport the way it is today. A lot of young kids playing it now. It obviously prize money and all goes up. Darts is probably one of the most watched sports in the world right now. So for him, what he's done is absolutely fantastic, and we have to tip our hat off to him.
Is it a bit annoying that he's, you're 24, right? You should be. You're like, this is up and coming. 24 is young, and yet he's 19. You're like, hang on a second, mate. Like, wind it in for a few years. Let me be up and coming before you're the best player in the world.
Yeah.
I think everybody else thinks that. Just let him go away for a while and let someone else win a tournament.
What did
Okay, 9 minutes to 8 o'clock. Gabby's alongside me. Right, time for a bit of this.
And they're off. Win a trip to Cheltenham, Alan Brazil style on talkSPORT.
I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
Now, this is a great day out. Fancy joining talkSPORT, the famous Cheltenham Festival, for Gold Cup Day. Well, now's your chance. We're giving away the ultimate hospitality experience for two on Friday, March 13. You'll get a full day of VIP treatment, a 4-course lunch, complimentary bar all day, celebrity tipsters, Rupert Bell, and much, much more. It's the best way, I'm only kidding, it's the best way to experience the races. You'll even get to meet some of the talkSPORT team on site. We're all going to be there. You have until 4 p.m. tomorrow to get your entries in. Here's how. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83838. Text cost £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call us 0343 418 7260. Lines will close tomorrow 4 o'clock. That's when you need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a talkSPORT promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. For your chance to win, just text the word WIN to 83838. Do it now. So, I'll give you a little flavour, Gab. So Sunday night I'm in Ligon Arms.
Lovely.
By the roaring fire.
What if someone's already got that seat?
No, they won't. No,
Why?
that's my seat.
What if some big timer?
Tough.
A-list.
Tough. Unless it's JP, it's my seat.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some A-list celebrity says, I want that.
And then I took her off to bed in the King Charles suite.
Oh, it's sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've never stayed in one of them. What
King
are they
Charles
like?
is haunted as well.
Oh, what's it like though? Is it big?
Yeah, it's big. Yeah,
Oh.
very uneven. The floorboards and stuff.
Have you complained about that, or you don't mind it being uneven?
This is history, Gav.
Okay.
This is history. Don't worry about that.
You get me in?
No. Broadway's beautiful.
Yes.
And then up early Monday morning, if Ed gets his backside out of bed.
Ed, don't be late.
Up to Jackdaw's Castle, John O'Neill. Brilliant.
Okay.
And then about 7 o'clock, the punters start coming in, as in John Joe's owners.
Yes.
They've got a suite there overlooking the paddocks. With the outcomes of breakfast, there's cases of refrigerated, chilled champagne.
Ooh.
Magic. This is Cheltenham. This is
Chilled.
Monday.
Okay.
And then we meet some of John Joe's owners. It's lovely. It's fantastic. Chat away, get some of the horses out for sale. Then we head down to the 8 Bells. The 8 Bells in
lunch?
Chipping, Camden for lunch.
Okay.
Right? Tim runs the place. He's a Brummie, architect.
Nice guy.
Big Villa fan.
Hook me up.
But you can come to that if you want.
Top man, thank you.
And the 8 Bells is because of when I was talking about King Charles and
Yes.
Cromwell, right?
History.
When they were wrecking the monasteries and the churches,
Did
they moved the 8 Bells.
Who done that? Wrecked the monasteries and churches?
Well, the church. No, Cromwell pillaged all over, didn't he? They were
Shocking.
Puritans.
Shocking.
So the 8 Bells Church, they moved the 8 Bells through a tunnel down to the pub and hid them there. That's why it's called the 8 Bells.
Interesting, Al.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know your history, don't you?
Well, I try. And then from there, we go back to Broadway.
Okay.
And then Tuesday morning, again, Ed outside, beep, 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 in the car, bosh, up to Jackdaw's.
Where's Ed staying? Is he staying with you in Legal Arms?
He's down in Broadway.
Oh, is he?
And then Tuesday morning, of course, we leave about 5, something like that.
Al, how big is Cheltenham compared to the other racing festivals like Ascot? Bigger than Ascot in a way of like...
It's two different. Cheltenham is more, how can I say, it's National Hunt. So they say real racing folk go to Cheltenham.
Yes.
Real racing folk go to Ascot or Ascot, but also people go just to dress up.
Yes.
Cheltenham's not about dressing up.
No.
Cheltenham's punters, right? Punters. National Hunt. It's cold.
Yes.
They've got the tweeds on. Royal Ascot, you got beautiful, morning wear and stuff like that. Bowler hats. They're both fantastic.
What's your favourite though?
Cheltenham.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Royal Ascot's wonderful. I've had friends who've had winners there, and I've been with them. Brilliant, absolutely.
No better feeling, is there?
It's just
when you
Gab. I just love. I'll be honest with you. I just love the experience. It's not about just betting horses or sinking 4 or 5 pints of Guinness.
No.
It's not that. It's about everything. Who you meet, ex-footballers, ex-rugby players, ex-presenters. It's
what
just
I like to do
magic.
though, I like to every morning say, what are the 16 to 1s, the 12 to 1s? I don't like to go for the favourites.
You don't have to.
A little bit on every
We're
race.
going to talk to Nick Anderson a bit later. I remember back in Punjabi at 33 to 1.
Yeah.
He turned the race, and I backed his other one that won 33 to 1.
Yeah. Have a bit of fun with it as well.
Oh, look, if you have a little 5 or 10 at a race, you can't. You're not going to kill yourself, are you?
Exactly. We were going to talk about Villa on this section now, but you ruined that.
No, we'll do that.
It's okay. We'll do it next week.
Jonesy's coming down the Tuesday, the Villa man.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Top guy.
So we'll do that.
We'll talk about
tomorrow.
Villa next week, maybe.
No, we'll do it tomorrow because Villa at the moment are stuttering.
You and Ray will talk about it tomorrow.
Villa are stuttering.
I'm saying tomorrow. You and Ray will talk about it. You said you'll talk about it tomorrow.
No, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
In the next break.
All right. In the break?
You don't want to talk about Villa?
No, I wanted to.
It's not that bad.
I wanted to, but you talked about Cheltenham over the Villa section.
But people are more interested in Cheltenham, the experience, than they are Villa.
Oh. Haven't got any gigs coming up in Birmingham,
Stay tuned. Juan Mata. Gabby, we'll talk about it later. It doesn't matter. Okay. And Juan Mata's coming up in the take. 2 minutes to 8. I was going to say, would he be a good fit? Old Trafford, of course he would.
See, the one thing that United have done recently that they hadn't done beforehand, they're signing players that can handle playing at Manchester United. I know I keep going on about it, but you know better than me. It's a heavy jersey and it's a big place to play.
Yeah.
Easy, listen, great place to play and an easy place to play when things are going well. Right, but that's a different, it's a different question when things aren't going well. And I look at the boys they've signed. Shesko to a lesser degree, but he's coming good.
Pleased for him.
So am I.
I thought
so am I.
There's another one that's not going to make it.
Yeah, I keep going on about his finish at West Ham, Alan. It was a genius finish. It really was. It was a brilliant finish where he clipped it round the corner, stuck it in the top corner. It was a brilliant finish. His finish at Everton, great pace, calmness in front of goal, sticks it by Pickford. But the other two for me have really settled in, Cunha and Mbeumo. They've really settled in. They look the part, and they look as though they're thriving, in that, arena.
Football fans all have stadiums we love, but do any of us have a pitch that we love? It might sound like an odd question, but pitches can be different sizes with big consequences. Why is that? And what are the actual rules? Back when association football started, pitches could be up to 100 metres wide and 200 metres long. That's longer than Ellen Road. Not the pitch, the stadium. Anyway, UEFA wanted a standard across Europe for international matches, which became 105 metres long and 68 metres wide. But some clubs have been rebels, not intentionally, but because of the stadiums. Take Highbury, for example. It was 5 metres shorter and a metre narrower, meaning away sides had a challenge to adjust. White Hart Lane was exactly the same. And actually, when Spurs temporarily moved to Wembley, they asked the FA to shorten the pitch. The FA, very offended by the sacrilegious suggestion, said no, which in fairness could have actually benefited Tottenham because when they moved into their shiny new stadium, the pitch was exactly the same size as Wembley's. Today, Forest pitch at the City Ground is a big one. It's 2 metres wider than any other pitch in the Premier League. But the smallest of all, Craven Cottage, just 100 metres long and 65 wide. No excuse for not tracking your man. There are a couple of crazy outliers in Europe too. At Napoli's home ground, the Stadio Diego Armando Maradona, the pitch is a whopping 110 metres long. At least they don't play on a slope like Newcastle do. There's a 2-metre incline on the pitch at St James's Park. And don't get me started on the old pitch at Yeovil too. It used to be a slant of 2 metres corner to corner and across the halfway line. So UEFA have their standards. So do the FA, but they do give pitches in England some wiggle room. Pitches can be anywhere between 90 and 120 metres long and between 45 and 90 metres wide. I mean, the rules state you can't have a square pitch, but in theory you could have one that's 91 metres long and 90 wide. Imagine rocking up to play a Sunday League game and the pitch is basically a square. So there are rules and regulations on sizes, with a UEFA standard that roughly everyone follows. But as we all know, size doesn't matter, does it?
Know your stuff, Al. Let's do a debrief and have a chat about the history.
Oh, just
love it, mate.
It's magic.
I know.
I think it was the Battle of was it Evesham or Tewkesbury? Yes. So there was a couple of big battles down there during during the English Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it is just fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Let's have a chat later, mate.
Right, 4 minutes after 8 o'clock. talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Browse the UK's best used car deal score. Your dream car today. Check out their website for more details. Gabby's with me. On the way this morning, he spent 10 years in the Premier League at Chelsea and Man United. Worked with the likes of Jose and played one of the greatest international sides of all time. Juan Mata will be with us on the show. And after officially being ruled out of the Cheltenham Festival with concerns over his jumping, we'll be speaking to the man who trained the brilliant Constitution Hill, Nicky Henderson, brilliant, who will be with us just after 9 o'clock. Looking forward to that. All that to come, but now it was another huge night in the Champions League, and it was live on talkSPORT.
Match that has become one of the most talked about Champions League ties for years, and none of the chat has been good.
Yeah, PSG 2, Monaco 2, a gesture of defiance from Jordan Teze.
Vinícius through on goal, fires it in the bottom right-hand corner, and it's the same celebration down by the corner flag.
Massive goal. It is stoppage time at the end of the first half of extra time, and Victor Osimhen, who used to play in Italy, he's just put Galatasaray 6-5 up on aggregate.
Engendering headlines for all the wrong reasons last week, has been won by Real Madrid, and Vinícius, who was front and centre 8 days ago, has been again tonight. Winner in the first leg, the winner in the second.
Yeah, the Champions League last 16 lineup is now complete. The draw for round of 16, as well as the bracket for the quarterfinals and semis, will take place tomorrow around 11 a.m. There are 6 English clubs left in the competition too. Gab, are we destined for an English winner this year? And if not, who stands in the way?
It's quite complicated, isn't it, the way this draw works?
I've looked at it, I'm blood.
Because if Manchester City get Real Madrid and Arsenal get Atalanta, then they play each other in the next round. But if not, they go on the opposite side. Very complicated, but we've got some strong teams, Al. I even look at Newcastle, who can get Chelsea or Barca. Newcastle against Barcelona over 2 legs. Don't be thinking that's an easy qualification for Barcelona defensively.
I don't know who you fancy. I think it's wide open.
100%, but I do look at Arsenal, Al, and how strong their squad is. I do, mate. I do see Arsenal as definite favourites, which they are with the bookies.
Yeah.
Like you said, Liverpool have got a chance as well with their experience they've got in their team.
Liverpool against Forest, the way Forest played that first
Liverpool were poor.
Well, first half.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Listen, and Liverpool fans, hopefully they will agree with me. I'm not being disrespectful to Mo Salah, but he's picking all the wrong passes out at the moment. Things are not going well. And they took him off against Forest. You could see he was really angry. But I'm like,
you haven't done anything.
Mo, with the greatest respect, you deserve to come off. You have been wonderful. Yeah. You're still a great player, but it's not happening at the moment.
I think as well, 9 Premier League games without a goal for Mo Salah. And when the young lad Rio come on now, he just had that youth, that hunger, that speed to get past the player. You know, and that's what Liverpool fans are probably thinking now. Mo Salah, you've been an absolute legend of the club, but you shouldn't be starting every game now.
Yeah.
Play young players who are hungry and doing well, because to go 9 games without a goal for Mo Salah, you would never have heard of that, Al. You'd never expect that.
It was a weird result, wasn't it, at the end of the game?
I felt sorry for Forest.
Well, I do, but, you know, the first goal chopped off, what's he meant to do?
That should be a goal for me.
Correct.
McAllister's not looking the opposite way. He's not deliberate. The rules are crazy. I think they're just guessing at times, Al. That should have been given. And then the goal that actually McAllister scored, was it offside?
Well, you can't tell because someone behind.
Exactly.
You know?
So is that the right decision to make? But back to the Champions League, Atletico Madrid are in good form, Al. They thumped Barcelona in the Copa del Rey, I think it was. Man City are picking up as well. But Real Madrid defensively and Barcelona defensively out. I wouldn't back either of them.
I'm not going to say this is going to happen, but a lot of people have said, "Oh, it's just Pep's last year." It's all been negative. City could end up winning nearly everything again.
Of course they could.
Can't they? You know what I mean?
I don't think they will.
Players coming back.
They looked okay against Newcastle, but at times Newcastle were pressing them. I just look at Arsenal out having too much. I really do. The squad of players that they've got, when they've got injuries now, no one mentions them with Arsenal. But also, is it Harry Kane's year? The form that he's been in, the goals that he's been scoring. Bayern Munich looking very strong. Vincent Kompany's doing a
the more
tremendous
I hear
job.
about Company, the more impressive.
Exactly. Speaks well, doing a great job there. They'll win the league. Is it their season?
Yeah.
Do they want to avoid a Man City in the quarterfinals as well, if they're on that side of the draw? But I think Bayern Munich, Arsenal, and
I worked out Real Madrid could play City or Sporting Lisbon, I think.
Yes.
It's a bit complicated. Chelsea against PSV or Newcastle. Arsenal against Atalanta or Leverkusen. Liverpool, Atletico or Galatasaray. You know, so there's just... Spurs could play them as well.
Yep, Spurs could play Galatasaray.
Yeah.
I would back Spurs over 2 legs against Galatasaray, because the way they capitulated last night to lose 3 goals...
It's hard to talk Spurs getting through another round when you look at the Premier table.
Imagine that, Al. Spurs qualified in the quarterfinals to get a good draw. Imagine reaching the semi-finals and they're still one of the favourites to get relegated, because they've got a big game on Sunday, I think it is, or Saturday, against Fulham away, and Fulham are very good at home, and they're playing free now. They're mid-table. Fulham, they're in 10th position. Tough game for Spurs.
West Ham Spurs, it is.
Yep.
It is tricky. It really is.
If you look at Nottingham Forest, they looked very good against Fenerbahce last week.
And against Liverpool first half.
I think they will have enough, Nottingham Forest now.
So then it's Spurs or West Ham.
I know. I've got a funny feeling now it is going to be West Ham. I do think Spurs might get a couple of players back, and they have got some very good players.
I spoke to Harry yesterday.
Yep.
He said, yeah, West Ham were picked up, but the game against Bournemouth, I thought, go on, win the game now.
Didn't have enough, did they?
They didn't have enough.
No.
Almost they didn't want it enough.
Yeah, but I said before on our Friday show with Sam and Alex that this is the game where West Ham have to treat it like a cup final. Because I think they play Liverpool away on the weekend. West Ham, is that right? Yeah, Liverpool away, that's going to be a tough game. But every game they play now, Al, even the Liverpool game on Saturday, you've got to go in into trying to win. You can't pick games and say, okay, we might be playing Wolves before the end of the season or Fulham. Those are the games we're going to pick our points up. Go into that Liverpool game and say, you know what? Teams have gone to Liverpool this season and got results. We have to as well.
Now, I've not sacked someone for ages, Gab, but someone may be getting the sack.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, listen to this. You know, poor Sim. I know he's thrown into the deep end now and again.
Oh, no.
Right? But Matt, this is what's down on my screen.
Change it quick, Sim.
Man City could face Bodo Glimt again after they were upset. Would City? Here's the crunch. Would Man City rather draw Real Madrid or Bodo Glimt? Give me a break, Sim, you numpty.
But, Al, let me defend him in a way, though.
No, you can't. That's indefendable.
Okay, Al, let me read this out to you, though. Bodo Glimt's results this season in Champions League.
I don't care. It's Man City.
2-2 against Spurs. 2-2 against Dortmund. Beat Manchester City 3-1 at home. Beat Atletico Madrid 2-1 away. Beat Inter Milan 3-1 at home. Beat Inter Milan 2-1 away. The way Real Madrid played last night, I would rather play Bodo Glimt, but the way they're playing at home, Bodo Glimt, it's not going to be an easy game for anyone. So you've got to look at what Sim says to a certain degree.
No.
But they look very good against Inter Milan over 2 legs.
I don't care. It's just Champions League.
You want to fancy a little...
You swat them away. This is too big now.
Really?
Yes. You go over there to whale watch. You don't go there to lose.
But they've done
Champions League.
But they've done very well this season.
They have done.
They have done Bodo.
But you'd rather play them than Real Madrid.
Of course, because Real Madrid are going to have Bellingham back. They might have Rodrigo back. They might have Howson back. Melito might be back as well. So they're going to be full strength probably by that time that game's played.
Oh, God. If you can't get enough of the Champions League, then you can catch up on all the fallout from last night's action, as well as a huge preview to the last 16 draw tomorrow. Angelina Kelly and European football expert Kevin Hatchard, and the latest episode of this talkSPORT daily podcast, available on all podcast platforms out now. Did I tell you, Ollie's been promoted? He's management now.
Who has he? Ollie?
Honestly, the place is gone. Yeah. Still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
Ed'll be on Chris Evans soon, mind you. Stewie's ready to jump in his chair. Don't worry about that.
If Ollie's the manager, then we've all got hope, Al.
Oh, right, still to come. Don't forget, talkSPORT will have you covered for the Champions League draw coming up tomorrow at 11 a.m. Plus, coming up this morning, we're speaking to a man who did this back in the Euro 2012 final.
Here is Torres, he's onside again, he's been played into the centre.
Oh!
Juan Mata, who fires the ball low and hard into the empty net.
Yeah, don't go anywhere because we're going to be chatting to the absolute legend. That is Juan Mata very shortly. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins, Coral Sporting Odds. Coming next.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
Chelsea beat Barca, Liverpool roll over Madrid. But later in the tournament, that changes because the dynamic
changes, yeah.
the mentality changes of those elite clubs and elite players and ups their game. So then you see this kind of, these little details will win semi-finals and quarterfinals. When you play in those games, you realise it can be one little moment, even though you think the English team should win. There's no. You can't be that arrogant. Well, we can't be that arrogant to think we should just because we've got a strong league.
No, it's not a given. I mean, it's
not a
to
given.
Lay out a claim that this is what is a reasonable opportunity for you to achieve shouldn't be conceived as English arrogance.
No.
But it's also the reasons why Newcastle are probably doing well in this tournament, because when it comes to cup competitions, albeit there's a league format in the Champions League, but it's a limited league format, so you know you've got to go into these games. Teams are going in there with a champions mentality, most of them, albeit 90% of them aren't actually champions, but they're highfalutin sides from their own countries, going in there with a front foot mentality a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Anthony Gordon referred to it earlier on in the season when he was asked about why you're doing so well in Europe. He was talking about the opposition come to win, whereas in the Premier League, certain sides come in to make it difficult for you to play against.
Yeah.
So that's the reasons perhaps why Newcastle have found some success in.
Okay, 18 minutes past 8 o'clock. Gabby alongside me. Let's get the latest odds. Here we go with our good friends. There's a big couple of weeks coming up with Coral and John Hill.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Hey up, John. How are we?
Good morning, John.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Gabby. Yeah, good form, thank you, Al.
Have you got the gig yet? Stratford, Monday before Cheltenham?
Hey, there's a big crowd there, Stratford before Cheltenham. I think, is it Stratford and Plumpton? They get massive Irish crowds, don't they? Obviously,
You
come
got
across
to put your
the
foot
day
down
before.
now. Steve-O and Simon going everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I get about, Alan. Don't worry about that. You know me, up and down the country watching Rochdale every Saturday and Tuesday evening. So, yeah, I get about. But look, the big news. Start with the big news yesterday with Constitution Hill.
What'd you make of it? I was delighted.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's mixed feelings, isn't it? Obviously, you know, he's been a fantastic hurdler over the years. One of the best, certainly, of his generation. But after 3 falls, Al, I think it probably was the right decision now to have a go on the flat after that exciting flat debut at Southall. We don't want to see him fall again and get hurt, do we? So, look, they're still going to have some great days out with this horse. They're talking possibly about the Melbourne Cup in November. Royal Ascot could be on the card. So,
Do you think
look, his career...
2 mile in the flat, would that just be a little bit too pacey for him or not?
It remains to be seen. I think he's such a talented horse, really. You know, if he's held up well, maybe he could get that trip. They'll certainly have a go, won't they, and see...
the Ascot Gold Cup.
But, yeah, absolutely. Ascot Gold Cup, 2 mile 4 furlongs. But it was so exciting at Suffolk, wasn't it, to see Oisin Murphy on that bridle with 2 furlongs to go. Massive crowd at Southall for that
Well, there
Friday
was,
night.
but Sam Clare was in front of the camera all night, as was old Roger Hart. He's been on the telly lately more than Trump.
You know what, Simon Clare, he likes to get himself centre attention, doesn't he? And he had his coral jacket on, so he was doing his work for the business. But
Unbelievable.
No, it was. I know it's shameless, absolutely shameless.
Any big movers and some of the the handicaps at Cheltenham you can let us into?
No, I have to say, I've not got anything off the top of my head, but I did notice the Jukebottom man's being back for the Gold Cup, so maybe Harry Redknapp's quite, sweet on his chances. Obviously, a King George winner on Boxing Day. This is going to be a great Gold Cup. It's an open renewal. The favourite is actually a horse that's not entered, Fat to File, 5-2 favourite.
But
needs
the
supplementing
way
for the
I
race.
backed him in Ireland last time when he won, and he won well, I think, well, will they get up that hill? Will they supplement him? Interesting.
Surely they've got to have a go, Al. Surely they've got to have a go when they've got a horse this good. JP McManus obviously owns a horse. I think they'll have a go, but needs supplementing. But the good news is with Coral, obviously, we are non-runner money back on all 28 races at the festival now. So if he doesn't line up, obviously, you get your money back. So that's a good concession to have in your pocket.
Don't forget Nick Henderson coming up very, very soon. What about Champions League reaction?
Yeah, well, obviously, we expected Newcastle to go through. They got through, so no problems there. I have to say, I don't know if you saw any of the Real Madrid game last night, Gabby.
Yes.
I have to say I was impressed with Real Madrid. They don't look like winners to me. They're 9-1 in the betting, but
the only thing I'll say to help them is that no Bellingham, no Rodrigo, no Howson, no Milito. I think I'm missing another player as well. So once those players are back, I'm sure they'll be a lot better. No Mbappe, sorry, talk about missing a top player. Yeah. But still, I don't fancy Real Madrid to go all the way.
No, well, Arsenal are favourites. They're 3-1 favourites. Bayern Munich second at 9-2. Yes. City are in there at 7-1. PSG 7-1. Barcelona. So,
PSG still not performing, are they? They were poor last night against Monaco. 10 men,
top of the line.
And then they get the goal straight away after going down to 10 men Monaco. But PSG haven't woken up yet.
No, it looks like the English teams are looking strong. Could you see an English team going all the way? And
I think Arsenal, mate. I really do. Yeah. I really do think Arsenal. They've got the squad, they've got the rotation as well. They can rotate players, and they've never won the competition. They're going to want to get that off their back that they haven't won the Champions League, and so many clubs that have always sing it, don't they, when they go to the Emirates?
It's going to be an exciting end.
Just domestically, we'll come to Arsenal and excuse me, Chelsea in a moment. What about Gab? He's always slagging the Yam Yams off to take on the Villa, Wolves Villa. How do we bet on that? Because do you think Wolves will put up a fight?
I think a draw.
Well, they've shown, I have to say, Wolves have shown much more the last 3 or 4 weeks or so. They have all season, haven't they? So I don't think it's going to be easy. We saw, obviously, Arsenal, they had to come away with a draw, didn't they? So, look, in terms of the betting, Aston Villa odds on, as you expect, 10-11, shade of odds on. Wolves 3-1 to pick up the win in this Midlands derby. The draw 13-5.
Now are we?
We don't really do well against Wolves, mate. Local derby.
Would you take a draw?
I wouldn't take a draw, but I think it will be. The way Villa are playing, John, it's not been great in recent weeks.
No, it hasn't.
Even against Leeds, they weren't great, and Tammy
the
Abraham.
game's catching up with them, Gabby, because it's been a long couple of years from playing twice a week most weeks, and they've been brilliant, haven't they? But
especially when
catching up.
Especially when you spend the least amount of money in the summer, and you have teams like Brentford and Sunderland spending a lot more than you. It's very tough, John.
So, John, just quickly, Championship, big result for Coventry again.
It was.
Sky Blues are coming up. Who goes up automatic with them?
Yeah, well, absolutely, it's big. And the thing was, when they dropped their points, Coventry, over that spell, you thought, and they might not even end up getting the top two. But look, they're odds on again now, 4-5 Coventry to win the league. And then looking at the next best, it looks like possibly still Middlesbrough, because they're 9-4 for the title, and then Ipswich 7-2. So Middlesbrough have the best chance of going to the odds. But fair play to Frank Lampard. He's lifted his players again. And, I think it'd be great to see Coventry in the Premier League next season and Frank Lampard back in the big time.
Premiership, John, who goes down?
Good question. You're throwing all kinds of arrows at me this morning, aren't you? I've got them, though, don't worry. Burnley, obviously, 1-50. We don't expect them to turn it around. But then it's interesting. West Ham, 4-5. Bear in mind, they were 1-3 at one stage, the Hammers. Forest are 23-10. And listen to this one. Spurs now 4-1 from 6-1 for relegation. I don't think Spurs are out of the woods. I really think they're in this relegation.
They've got every chance
battle.
of going down.
Especially with West Ham picking up points. And Forest, I'd be very worried about them. But yes, Spurs fans, be very worried, Could be a bad year for you, Arsenal winning the league, and could your Spurs end up in the Championship?
So,
Good
John,
grief, that'd be a disaster.
John, before you go, what's your nap for Cheltenham?
My nap for Cheltenham, good question. I'm going for My Daddy Paddy in the Supreme for Dan Skelton. I really like him. I think he's one of the best novices in Britain. I think Britain are going to have a good week. I really do. I know the Presbyterian Cup suggests Ireland will dominate again.
Everyone's saying that, and I'm sure Willie Mullins is saying.
Well, listen, we respect Willie Mullins, we respect Gordon Elliott, etc. But we've got Dan Skelton, Nicky Henderson, Nichols. They can do the business for us. So, yeah, My Daddy Paddy for me in the Supremo.
Nice one, John. Thank you.
John.
Cheers,
John
boys.
Hills, the Rochdale Cowboy. Poor John. He never gets any good gigs.
Yeah, Simon. You know Simon and Steve are
Hey, honestly, there's
Monica. I'll go.
tracks everywhere, and he gets sent to
Madrid. I'll go.
I know.
I'll go all
Bangor on D and places like that.
Simon and Steve are pulling rank. Al.
I know.
That's what they do, mate.
Oh, if you'd have seen Simon parading in front of the camera at Southern.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
Al, you know he's Instagram famous, Simon Clare.
Is he?
He's got an Instagram page and he posts. He updates everyone on what he's doing. I swear to you, yeah, he's got an Instagram.
Is he really?
Just so interesting, mate.
Shows you, eh?
Yeah.
Bookie's now world famous. Right, the fantastic Juan Mata coming up in a tick.
Wait.
8:27.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here to make this Cheltenham Festival more rewarding. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
On a normal game, we're not selling out Preston North End on a Tuesday night at home, and with Snoop there, we've sold it out. It was a brilliant occasion, and for the fans as well. It was great for the fans to see it, and he got involved with everyone. He walked around the pitch. He was high-fiving everyone, taking photos with the fans. So everyone really enjoyed themselves.
Did he turn up a big limo, or was he low key, or
Uber?
No,
that was an Uber.
Just in the transit vans with the minibus ones. He was in one of them. He got out with his ghetto blaster, playing his music and coming to the ground. So he did make a good entrance.
Now I'm a bit concerned about this herbal cigarette in the tunnel, according to the Preston manager.
I think that's the smell of a last-minute equaliser, that I think. That's what that'll be. And then my other thing was, how does he know what it smells like in the first place?
Lee, I've got to say, suspicions were aroused when the goal scorer jumped 411 feet in the air to score a header, by the way. In all seriousness, mate, it's a brilliant story, and I think the more the merrier. I think the whole thing takes off, it'll be magic. Tell us a little bit about the party as well, because that's a great story. I think I'm led to believe he turned the canteen into a kind of nightclub set up, and there was 400 guests.
Every spring, sports fans in Europe come together to celebrate arguably rugby's biggest annual tournament, the Six Nations. But why is it the home nations, plus France and Italy, and no one else? It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. A few years later, when they could field a team, Wales decided they'd host England, and an idea was thought up. With Ireland keen, they formed the Home International Championship, which ran from 1883. In 1910, France was allowed to join, as they were developing into a serious rugby nation, and thus the Five Nations was born. France had an Interesting history with the championship. They were actually booted out for paying their players in 1931 when the home nations were keen to keep it amateur. After World War II, though, France were let back in. But it remained a closed shop for more than 50 years. And when another country was let in, it was only really because the Five Nations hand had been forced. Italy was developing into a serious contender, beating Scotland, France and Ireland twice in the same year, meaning in 1999 officials got together and said yes to Italy and it became the Six Nations. So what changes, if any, come next? 7 nations? 8? A promotion and relegation system? Or should we leave it alone and let it remain the great rugby tradition it's become?
talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, and Gabby, and Arnold Clark, with over 20,000 used cars online to choose from. They'll have the car for you. Now, what a guest we have for you now. One of the few players on the planet he's won it all. From lifting the World Cup and the European Championship with Spain to reaching the pinnacle of the club football as a Champions League winner. He spent 8 glorious years with Manchester United, winning almost every domestic honour there is to play for, including FA Cup, League Cup, Europa League. And if you speak to Chelsea fans, he's one of those players you were truly gutted to see leave your football club. Of course, we're talking about this man.
To Di Maria, looks for Mata again. Mata with a wonderful bicycle kick pass. Simon Mignolet. Back to Juan Mata with a shot, and it's helped in.
We're going to pull it back here for Juan Mata, and Manchester United take the lead.
Ball into Herrera, might fall for Mata. Fellaini chests it down. Mata is there through the legs of the goalkeeper and in. It's the equaliser. The perfect response from Manchester United.
Good delivery here. Mata into what track.
What about that?
Oh yeah, what a career this is, by the way. 8:34, a very good morning to let's go over to Australia, down under, to Melbourne Victory star Juan Mata. Juan, good morning.
Good morning, Juan.
Good morning. Good evening from here.
Look at that beautiful sky behind you. Gorgeous. All we have is rain here, Juan. Rain, 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 rain.
You wonder why I'm here?
Where are you, Melbourne?
In Melbourne, yes.
Lovely. What a great sporting city. Fantastic for all sports, Juan.
Yeah. You know that here the AFL, Australian football, is the biggest sport. So, yeah. Many things going on here.
The Yarra River, isn't it, in Melbourne? Beautiful.
Yarra River,
yeah,
correct.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Played over there as well. How are you enjoying it, Juan? It's totally different, of course. A lot of ex-European players are out there. How, is it good standard? Are you happy playing there?
I'm happy. It's a great life here. The standard is good. Of course, it's not like in England or Spain, but for this stage in my career, it's a fantastic place to be. I'm enjoying still my football, playing for Melbourne Victory, like you said, and trying to still win trophies. So it's all good.
Brilliant.
Juan, it's been a very good season for yourself. You lead the A-League in assists. You've got 9 of them. Scored 2 and 1 assist in the Melbourne Derby. back-to-back player of the months as well. How fantastic it's been of a season for you.
Yeah, it's been really good. I'm enjoying my football since the beginning, to be honest, since I arrived to Melbourne Victory. There's great energy in the club. There's great connection with the coaching staff, with my teammates, and I'm enjoying my football. And I think you know it better than anyone. It's very important to enjoy what you do every day, and especially if you play football and wake up every morning with the desire to train and still compete. So I'm doing that, and that's why I'm happy about still enjoying this game.
When I played out there, I think it was 1988, and I actually scored the first goal in the new Sydney Stadium. I love Sydney. It was beautiful. I don't remember too many Spanish out. And my brother lives in Perth, Australia.
Okay.
And there was a lot of Balkans, Greece and Slavs and Croats. There wasn't too many Spanish. Is there many Spanish out in Australia now?
There are more now, I think, than before. When I used to live in Sydney, there were lots, especially by the beach area where Bondi, Tamarama, or Coogee, a lot of Spanish. But you're right. For example, here in Melbourne is more Greeks, Serbians, Croatians, Italians, but not many Spanish.
I think there's more Greeks in Melbourne than... There's only one. Athens is the only city in the world that's got more Greeks than Melbourne. Yes,
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Juan, can I ask you about your next game as well? It's Adelaide United. If you win, you go above them. And can you explain the A-League? Because it's different, isn't it, to obviously other leagues around the world. It's the top 6, isn't it, going to the playoffs to determine the champion?
Yeah, it's a closed league like the MLS in the US. So you have the regular league, and then you have the playoffs. You have to make the top 6 to play the playoffs, which we are now. I think we're 4th, 5th. So yes, we can beat Adelaide and go above them, and then the first 2 they go straight to the semifinals, and the rest play for a spot in there. So it's different. Of course, I'm used to promotion, relegation, and all that, which is football as I understand it. But here is different. It's like in America.
Yeah. I think you've invested one in San Diego FC, MLS. Can you see the MLS getting bigger and bigger? San Diego, I played down there as well. Beautiful. Lovely, lovely part of the world. What about MLS? Is that due to get bigger with World Cup coming up in a few weeks' time?
I believe so. I believe there are a couple of things that are making the sport very relevant in the country. Of course, one of them is the World Cup coming this summer, but also the players that are going there, right? When we talk about Messi and other high-profile players that are creating better standards, there has been more investment. And so the level is going up, and I really believe it's going to keep going up. That's why I'm involved in San Diego, which, by the way, we had a fantastic season last year, winning the Western.
And nothing in Spain. Marbella, they're looking for a new owner in Marbella. Juan, that is right up your street, Marbella. Come on.
It's also a nice place, you're right. But no, not yet.
Not yet. Right, your best memories, Juan, would it be Chelsea? We've got a lovely message coming up in a moment from one of your teammates. But tell me about your time at Chelsea. You played in a great side with great players.
Yeah, my time at Chelsea was fantastic since the beginning. When I arrived and we had the dressing room full of characters like Drogba, Lampard, Terry, Peter Cech, Ashley Cole. It was an incredible experience for me coming from Valencia, changing countries, playing in the Premier League, trying to learn new language, and I had to adapt my football to the Premier League. So to be able to arrive and win the Champions League, then win the FA Cup, also the Europa League the following year, everything was going very, very good in a short amount of time. So I was very much enjoying London and my time at Chelsea, and I always have great memories when I think of those years.
I was looking at your record at Chelsea, Juan, and that's probably where you played some of your best football, 135 appearances, 33 goals, 53 assists. And the season before you left for Manchester United was prolific, wasn't it? 20 goals, 36 assists. Why did that come to an end and you moved to Manchester United?
Well, it was in my third season. We had a couple of changes in the club with players and coach, and I mean it was a fact that I didn't play as much as I was used to, and I was of course not happy with that situation coming from those 2 seasons. But I tried to keep going. I stayed professional. I of course respected the players that were playing at the time, and it came to a finish because in December I had the opportunity to go to Manchester United, and we both, Chelsea and myself, thought that was the best option. And also when you have the opportunity to play for a club like United, I think it's difficult to say no.
Yes. And Juan, also, if I go way back to the start of your career, Real Madrid, the youth, you started as a young kid at Real Madrid. What sort of players were playing in the first team when you were aspiring to be a regular for Real Madrid? Who was some of the big names playing in the starting 11?
Well, I remember when I was playing for Real Madrid Castilla, which is the B team of Real Madrid, and we were training with them. The likes of Casillas, Roberto Carlos, Beckham, Zidane, Raúl, Figo, everyone was there. And so to be able to train with them when I was 17, it was just amazing. And I still, remember, for example, Zidane, which was one of my idols. When I saw him play live and when I was training with him, I realized his magic and his level.
Yeah, what a player he was. He had everything, didn't he? Great. Yeah. I loved the way his awareness, you know what I mean, Juan? He knew before he got the ball where the defender was, what side, and he knew if he had to pass it first time, there was where one of his teammates was. He was just an all-round fantastic player. Real Madrid and Valencia, Chelsea, Manchester United. Did you enjoy your time at United?
I did, of course. Yes, I did. There were many years, and we had better years, not so good years, but overall, the feeling of playing for Manchester United is unique. I had, like you mentioned before, so many good memories, made great friends for life, and to be able to play at Old Trafford every 2 weeks is something that you can consider yourself privileged. So yes, with the good and not so good moments, I'm proud of my time in the club. I always tried my best, and of course there were some challenging seasons after Sir Alex Ferguson left, but overall, to be able to play for the club and try my best to bring it where I think it deserves to be, it's something that I take with me.
Juan, your experience at Chelsea and your career at Chelsea was a big success. I remember playing against you, and we had sleepless nights before and after playing against you. But if you look at the model of Chelsea back then, the signings of players and the experience to what Chelsea is now, the model is a lot of younger players. And, if you get to 28 now, you're old at Chelsea. Do you find it a strange model now at Chelsea? Because, you do need experience in that dressing room, don't you, at any club?
I don't think it's only Chelsea. I think it's something that it has changed in football. Every club now, I think they are trying to sign so many younger players because they have potential. The potential to become better, the potential to grow as a player and probably grow in market value. Whereas before, probably clubs were more prioritizing signing realities, players that were already made and established. So yes, I think that's happening, but I don't think that's something that might be happening only in Chelsea. I think it's in general the new trend or tendency of football.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, Juan, World Cup, European champions, Champions League winner Juan Mata is with us here live from Melbourne on talkSPORT Breakfast. Stay with us. More coming from Juan next.
fan, right, Ed?
Right, Ed?
All right, boys.
Yeah, Ed, look, we're just like comparing him to other players that, players that Anthony Gordon could get in what team this is. And I said he's better than Gakpo. Do you agree?
100%. I'd go more than 25% though. Gakpo and Salah this season have both been passengers in the Liverpool team. Like, everyone's wondering why Liverpool are being so poor. It's because we're playing with 9 men every game. Anthony Gordon's miles better than Gakpo. He's like a Diaz. He's not as good as Diaz, I'm not saying that. But with the pace and the little trick and the ability to actually finish, we should have bought him. Instead of Isaac in the summer, we got Ekitike. All right, no one thought Ekitike was going to hit the ground running the way he did. But we should have, instead of buying Isaac, we should have went for Gordon, and he'd have been like a replacement for Diaz.
I think Liverpool are so fixated on buying Isak that, and the Ekitike deal got done, and I think they were so far down the line with Isak.
They carried on with it.
I think
really they should.
To be fair, with Isak, where we were so far down the line, we offered them money. He said no. Isak spat his dummy out. We should have just held firm and said, listen, if you want to sell him, it's the original offer, or keep him and play him in the reserves, and then just when we'll take Anthony Gordon off your hands.
Yeah.
Next season, before Gordon went to Newcastle, Liverpool wanted him.
But hold on, you're not saying Gordon's a better player than Isak, are you?
No, I'm saying we don't need Isak.
Okay, 10 minutes to 9 o'clock. We have the brilliant Juan Mata with us live from beautiful Melbourne for another 15 minutes or so. Juan, talkSPORT reporter, huge Manchester United fan, Angelina Kelly. We're now talking about Manchester United, where I think Michael Carrick is doing a wonderful, wonderful job. But just take me back to the Davy Moyes time. Do you think... let's hear Angelina ask you the question about your former boss, Davy Moyes.
So David Moyes was the coach that signed me to Manchester United. So I'm, of course, very grateful to him. I mean, how difficult it is to take a job after Sir Alex Ferguson, right?
Oh, yeah.
So and in a club where the expectations and the demands are so high, the fact is that he didn't have so much time and we didn't get good enough results. I arrived that season in January, half season, and we finished the season, I think, 6th or 7th, which is something that should not happen at Manchester United. So it was very difficult from the beginning, but on a personal level, of course, I'm grateful to him because he pushed for me to come to United, and that's something that I have to always cherish.
And Michael's doing a good job, Michael Carrick. People ask me all the time, should they give him the job full time? I'm saying absolutely yes.
Well, Michael is very capable. He's a very intelligent guy. First of all, as a person, I love him. He was a fantastic teammate, always there for you. He never wanted to take the spotlight, but he let his football talk. He was very important for the team, always, looking for these passes, especially for players like me in between the lines. In the dressing room, he was always an example for all of us, his character and his professionalism. And again, I said it, he's a very intelligent guy that loves the game, and I'm very happy that, he's getting the results that the club need. He knows how to get to the players, of course, and I'm enjoying at the moment watching the games.
Well, I've got two questions now for you about Spain's national team. First one to ask you about is David Villa. I mean, like, as a striker, growing up watching David Villa and watching him, for me, one of the best finishers I've seen. You obviously played with him. How good of a striker was he? And also, this young Spanish team knocking England out in the final, beating us in the Euros. What chance have they got of bringing the World Cup back to Spain?
Well, David Villa is, for me, without a doubt, one of the best European strikers ever.
Yes.
He's up there, of course, in Spain. I've been lucky to play with him both in Valencia and in the national team. His ability to look for the goal with the right foot, the left foot from every position, his understanding of the movements in the box. He's not, as you know, he's not massive. He's not incredibly quick. He's not incredibly strong, but his understanding of the movement as a striker is just unbelievable. So defenders could not catch him. So incredible player, and again, incredible human being. Spanish national team is good, isn't it? They have they have so many good players in this generation, and if we talk, of course, about Lamine, but many others, no. And I was in that final against England in Berlin, in Germany, and the level they showed, it was just so high. So I think there's present in Spain, there's future, of course, because of the age of many of them. And I think, of course, they are one of the favorites for the World Cup. I hope they can make it.
The stats tell us that when the World Cup is in America or, the Southern Hemisphere, it's only, I think, Germany have won it. It's ridiculous. The South American sides, they win. But why would someone like Spain or France, for instance, who are used to the heat, not a problem, why couldn't they win it this year?
Yeah, why not? I think Spain is going to be there, honestly. And yes, many of the Spanish players are used to the heat and the conditions. And especially, I think they have the confidence in their mind after winning the Euros that they can do it. And if they'll play at their best level, they can beat anyone. So I hope they really do.
Yeah. And just on Spanish managers and players, Pep Guardiola, his record's unbelievable. And people say this could be his last year in England. But I look what Manchester City, they still can win the Premier. They can still win the Champions League. They can still win domestic cups. Pep has been unbelievable for football in England, hasn't he?
Well, unfortunately, I was in the other side, so it was not very enjoyable to see everything he did. But of course, what he has done in football in different countries is just incredible. The amount of trophies, the way they play, the improvement on players. And yes, everyone was saying that, Manchester City this season are not the same. They're not having a great season, but they are fighting for everything. So that's what he constantly does. His teams are always or almost always fight for trophies, and that's something that not many can do.
Juan, we've got a nice message here for you from one of your ex-teammates. We'll play that now for you, mate.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say a big hello to the little maestro and the guy that helped us win the Champions League in 2012, the man who took the corner that set up Didier's goal on the header. I actually have a picture of that exact corner in my office, thanks to this man and the trophy. What an amazing, amazing player, top player. more importantly, above all of that, just a great man as well and a great person to have around as well. Always what I loved about Juan is that in really difficult situations, he always see the best in a really tough situation. He always had a really mature head on young shoulders. And I think people like him and Cesc Fabregas, they see the game in a completely different way to other people because they're a special, special talent. And I think he's going to be either a top manager or a top coach if he goes into that space post-retirement. But Juan, I hope you're well, mate. I love you. I miss you. And I hope to see you soon.
Ah, very nice.
Any idea who that is, Juan?
Of course, it's Big John.
Fabulous.
Yeah,
His record one is unbelievable.
Yeah,
we were talking on talkSPORT the other morning about who was the best centre-backs, and we rattled off like people at Rio Ferdinand, people at Manchester United. John Terry, his record stands up against anyone.
Yeah, it is. It is about facts and numbers, and he has to be up there. I mean, when I arrived to that dressing room, he was the one, that really helped me with, where to live, what do I need, what my family needs. He was really every day trying to help my settling. Him, Lamps, also Frank Lampard, fantastic, Peter Cech. So we had great leadership in the team, and I think that was instrumental, of course, for us to win the trophies that we did. But it's been very nice to see him, and I hope I can see him soon in a golf course. He's way better than me, but I'll try.
He's playing regular golf. Yes. Let me tell you.
I know, he's almost professional.
Oh yeah, Zola as well, playing a lot of golf. One, Frank Lampard you mentioned there. Frank is doing a fantastic job with Coventry City, and it looks as if Frank's going to bring them to the Premier. How good is that?
That will be fantastic for a historic club in England, of course. I have friends that support Coventry, so I will be happy for them, but especially for Frank. Again, when you think back of the players that you have played with, you don't only remember the moments on the pitch, but especially the moments off the pitch. So Frank, like Michael Carrick, one of the most intelligent guys that I have ever played with. Again, understanding the game so good. His arrival to the box, I think, is the best player that I played with in terms of arriving to the box as a number 8, as a number 10, and his ability to score 10 to 15 goals for 10 seasons in a row or more in the Premier League is unmatched. So, yeah, Frank, of course, is another one of the great ones.
Juan, you're enjoying your football, of course, in Australia, but surely in the future, the career you've had, you've got to give back to coaching, and maybe we can get you back to the cold rain of England to come and do some coaching here.
I will probably go back to England, yes. So when I had enough of the sun and the beaches and the great lifestyle here, I will get my umbrella ready, and I will go back to England, which is my second home, and I love it there. So yes, I will go back.
Juan, who would be the best manager that you respected, the best manager you played under?
That's a very difficult question because, for example, in the national team we had Vicente del Bosque.
Yeah.
We won everything with him, the World Cup and the Euros, and he was very good for what we needed at the time, which was, he was really good at understanding the roles of the players and the communication with the senior players, the understanding of the game that we needed. And of course, we had fantastic players, but he understood what we needed, and that was perfect. So he was very important for me. In Valencia, Ronald Koeman.
Oh, yes.
He was the one that gave me the chance to play regularly and grow as a player. So you always need somebody that believes in you, and he was the one for me, Ronald. I had Emery for many years in Valencia, and again, we did great seasons with him, fighting against Barcelona and Real Madrid, another top coach. I mean, I could be here 2 hours talking about coaches, but it's difficult to pick just one.
Yeah, and one, I think we talk about great players that you played with and against in England. The golden question, the €1 million question is, why have England not won a major trophy since 1966?
And you have been very, very close for the last years, right? So it's not a matter of ability. It's not a matter of talent. It's not a matter of. It's just sometimes it happened to Spain before. We were never reaching semifinals. We were always losing in the quarterfinals. It became actually like a mental thing for us. We went to the quarterfinals thinking, okay, we're going to go out now. And it happened to England in the last finals that they reached the final. So they are much better than majority of the teams in the competition, which is something very positive. But then in the final, didn't do it. I don't know, to be honest. Sometimes you need a bit of luck in decisive moment, in a key moment. Football can be cruel.
Is their Premiership too difficult? Because top, bottom can beat top. Is it too competitive by the end of the season? Fatigue, tiredness, or is that an easy excuse?
No, that might be a reality, but also other leagues like Spanish league, and they're also strong. I just don't know, honestly. And sometimes the big games are decided by small details. And if England beats Spain in Berlin, we will be talking about one of the best generations in English football by a small, very, very small margin. And so sometimes I think you have to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is that England is really, really close to win.
Yes.
So maybe this summer.
Juan, we've had a big debate over here for the last 2 weeks about John Terry and Virgil van Dijk. We have to put you on the spot, my friend. I'm sorry before we let you go. Out of both defenders, which one would you pick as the better defender?
Well, not only because, of course, the video that he sent me now, but
he's listening, by the way.
Yeah, John, for me, John, and of course, Virgil is fantastic, and what he's done for Liverpool is, I respect that. But the personality, the character, what he meant on the pitch, his leadership, and of course, Virgil also. But the way. When I was taking corners and free kicks, I knew that if we had John Terry, if we had Didier Drogba, if we had Gary Cahill, if we had Ivanovic in the box, I just had to put the ball there and it will probably be a chance. So, for me, John is one of the best ever.
Juan, listen, we'll let you go.
Amazing.
Enjoy your time in beautiful Australia and Melbourne.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you... when you're ready, hopefully we'll see you back in England.
Come back to the rain, Juan. Legend.
You're mad. You're
Thank
mad.
you.
Or
Thank
maybe in San Diego. Juan, adios. Thank you. Really a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Juan
Lovely
Mata.
guy.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Yes.
Great English as well, by the way.
Yes.
Great
Legendary
English.
player.
I understand him better than I do you.
Same here. Better than you. He's got his accent.
All right. Right, Nicky Henderson still to come as we build up to Cheltenham. What a legend there, Juan Mata. Plenty more to come. A little bit late to the news. Who cares? 4 minutes past 9.
This came up a couple of times. Grappling, wrestling at corner kicks, does it need clamping down upon? Or has it become a part of a team's armoury, if you like, their approach in a game? Former referee Graham Scott, in his Telegraph column, enough already. Corner kicks in football are becoming a farce that's impossible to police and ruining the spectacle. Action is needed. For solutions, I would imitate hockey by forcing teams to place a certain number of players in the other half. It need not be many, but it would create space. In other words, the scene inside the box is way too congested and there's all sorts of goings on that shouldn't be going on, and it's got to stop. Is he right?
I don't think so. My gut feeling is that it can be managed better. And now we've got VAR and it's here to stay and we've got to embrace it. Let's use it to its max. The problem we've got is on a lot of these situations with the corners, the punishments aren't there for a lot of what's going on. And a part of the reason is, and I understand it from the...
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pittodrie on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
We need to meet this brother of yours.
My brother?
I want to meet him. Let's go and see him, mate.
Yeah, but he's in Perth. He used to live in Melbourne.
Can we see him and like meet him? And I want to see what he's like. And
it's a long way to go.
Can't we get him over, Al?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he comes over
spoke to him.
Again. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark Browse, the UK's best used car deals.
What a guy.
And score your dream car today. Check out their website for more details. Gabby alongside me now. Still lots to come this morning. It's been a busy show, hasn't it? There'll be no Cheltenham Festival for the superstar Constitution Hill, but instead a fantastic career ahead, we hope. On the flat, legendary trainer Nicky Henderson, will join us to reveal all. We'll give the power to Gabby to help Villa stay above United in a feature we're calling Agbonlahor Boardroom. Oh, great. And Super Ali. Oh, no. Will be with us in the studio to talk Old Firm 9:30. He's going, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's going.
That's why he's coming now. He wants to
I know. He wants to.
About Rangers.
He wants to give me pelters even before the game starts. All that to come, but now it's a huge 3 months for the Arsenal as they become the first English team ever to win the quadruple. If they do, they're going to need this man.
He's done it again! Arsenal 2, Real Madrid 0. Declan Rice at the double.
6 as an 8, as a 10, as a fullback. I think he was phenomenal.
He was awesome. He had the chest out. He was running forward. Right now, that second half, he looked the best player in Europe.
Declan Rice has to be the best Arsenal signing of this millennium.
If you pay the big bucks, Jim, you get quality. The guy is absolute class. A Brian Robson-like performance, shall I say.
Rice comes onto it, lashes it in. It's 1-0 to England. And it would be Declan Rice.
Yes, Declan has widely been considered the best midfielder in the Premier League. But is he the best in the world? We'll be asking this because Declan, has sat down with his son, and the Arsenal midfielder has claimed there's more to come. And he's even been tipped for the Ballon d'Or. Declan responded, it's unreal, honestly, but you see, the recent Ballon d'Or winners, what they've done, what they've won during the season. Hopefully we can have a successful season and I can be involved in those conversations. That would just be amazing. Gabby is a lovely guy, by the way. I met, Ali and I went down the training ground when he was still at West Ham.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Met his dad at one of the gigs I was doing. Lovely man.
Down to earth, isn't he?
Yeah. If Arsenal can win the league, I don't really want. I can't see this happening. But okay, if they win the league, the Champions League, and the World Cup, could a Ballon d'Or be on the way?
Oh. You look at the other English players that you've got on the Arsenal side. You look at Saka. I know Saka's not been in his best form this season. But that's a lot to ask for, isn't it? When you start talking about Champions League, Premier League, World Cup.
Do you know what I said about Saka earlier, about all the games he's playing? He wants to play. You can't stop him playing.
And I thought he was very good, by the way, against Spurs.
Yeah.
Jed Spence, who likes to have a battle.
Declan's the same. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's the type who wants to play every game.
Of course he does. And why shouldn't he look at Ballon d'Ors one day? Why not? Because you're playing for a club who's challenging for the Champions League, for the Premier League. Your country is challenging to finally bring a World Cup back to this country after so long. Why not?
I think Declan would be. I think he would be Pep's type of player.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yep. He loves Rodri, doesn't he? He would love Declan when he's sitting in there.
But even without the goals, Al, I love about Declan Rice, and I watch him, is like, he's everywhere. He's pressing all across the pitch. He's giving the Arsenal fans that captain feeling about where he plays. He can run with the ball. He's got legs. His passing's top. We've seen the goals that he can score. The 2 free kicks against Real Madrid were outstanding. So, he can take a great set piece. If he can work on those Lampard goals that he wants to score, we spoke about earlier, then why not Ballon d'Or one day? Top player with a great attitude and a nice guy and very humble.
What do you think Arsenal are going to win this year?
Nothing. I'm joking. I think they will win the Carabao Cup and I think they'll win the Premier League.
Do you?
I don't think they win the Champions League. They're favourites. They've got every chance. But I just look at someone like Bayern Munich. Is it Harry Kane's time? We know PSG get better later in the tournament as well. But Al, we could.
Real Madrid could suddenly turn.
But we're all guessing here. We never know. They could win 0. They could win 1. They could win 3. They could win a quadruple.
You change your mind if Chelsea get a draw or beat Arsenal the weekend.
You might change your mind. Everyone would have changed their mind after the 2-2 against Wolves. Then you watch them against Spurs. They're poor Spurs, and you're like, they were very impressive. Okay, it's back on. Everyone's going to keep changing their minds over the next 2-3 months. But they've got every chance of bringing many trophies home.
Okay, here the full exclusive interview over in the Sun this morning. So it's happy days at Arsenal, but 4 miles down the road at Spurs doom and gloom. On talkSPORT's Inside Spurs YouTube show, they had a rather interesting debate. Let me read the question they were asking. What would be a more embarrassing end to the season if Arsenal don't win the league or Tottenham get relegated?
Oh.
It's got to be Spurs.
Spurs getting relegated.
It's got to be.
Yeah, because we're used to it with Arsenal. Of Arsenal, bottling it. It's harsh to say, but it's just the truth. When Man City have chased them down, they've caught them. There's no reason why that can't happen again.
Mm-hmm.
But for Spurs to go down now, wow. The season after you win the Europa League, you get relegated. I think this channel will receive record amount of calls because the Spurs fans will be in shock. Imagine the excess of players.
Just a quick one because we've got to break. Who do you think Spurs are going to go for? Because by all accounts, Poch has not. No one has sent a letter, a email, nothing. He's heard zilch, nothing from Spurs.
Do you reckon they're waiting because of the time they've got
you'd
now?
Be in touch now, wouldn't you? So
why though? You know what division you're going to be in? That's crazy to say that, isn't it? But they don't know what division they're going to be in. What's the point in getting hold of Poch when you might be playing Championship football?
Yeah, but if Spurs went down with the resources they have, I know it's easy to say, they've got to come back up.
But how many players are going to stay?
I'll be honest with you, I'd drive them to the airport.
Yeah, no relegation
Some of them have performed.
So Spurs would be like, financially, you got to get rid of these players that are on £150,000 a week. Conor Gallagher's just signed for 200.
But if you're going to sign to a Championship side, if it's Tottenham, it's a no-brainer. Of course you'll sign.
No, I want about the players that get relegated. They're going to want to move to go and play at a higher level when they don't deserve it.
Cut and go.
Exactly. But it's a scary time for Spurs fans, and Fulham away is not a game that you want when you need points.
Okay, right. Coming up, we're going to talk Nicky Henderson. Hopefully Nicky will be available. It's a busy time for stable staff, trainers, as we build up to the greatest festival on earth, Cheltenham. Nicky Henderson, hopefully we'll get a hold of in just a few moments' time. 9:17. Simon, it's reported Frank Warren of Queensbury is engaged in a legal battle with the company's seller and TKO headed up by Turki Al Sheikh and Dana White. They are fronting Zuffa Boxing. What's all this about? Mr. Warren's company, Queensbury, is claiming that seller and TKO breached contracts they'd signed with them and went behind his back to form a venture, Zuffa, that aims to dominate boxing. The Telegraph understands this morning that Queensbury will seek up to $1 billion compensation for income the company claims it would have made had the contracts been honoured. Frank suing Turki and Al Sheikh and Dana White. Turki Al Sheikh and Dana White. It seems it's all getting a bit nasty, isn't it? And those who were once friends are very much no longer friends.
Well, I mean, they fling writs around like confetti in this space at times, don't they? But I mean, it's kind of in this territory of where I suggested it might be at some point, which is that the Saudis will have their own lifespan, their own attitude towards the boxing industry, and eventually not have the necessity to deal with the Eddie Hearns and Frank Warrens of the world if their ultimate aim is to conquer demand and diminish the sport that they're in by being the sole force in it. Now, Frank even has a contract with them. First of all, he was the person that opened the door. Let's not forget that prior to this relationship that's now in the world of boxing in terms of the Saudis being so influential, in 2023, Frank was the gatekeeper.
9:22, talkSPORT breakfast. By the way, Fabio Wardley, I spoke to him yesterday, will make the first defence of his world heavyweight title against Dubois, Daniel, in an all-British affair on Saturday, 9th of May, up in Manchester. He joined White and Jordan in the studio yesterday and was asked if he was disappointed he's not taken on the likes of Alexander Usyk instead.
I would say duck is a strong word, because that has an implication that he's too scared to fight me, which I don't necessarily believe is the truth. I believe that he's at a stage of his career now where he has earned the right and built the right to kind of pick what he wants to do, pick his fights, being plain money fights, the things that make the most monetary sense to him. And somehow him, his team, whichever else, have decided that's not me. Look, I understand it. It doesn't mean I'm not disappointed. As evidenced by this fight and my previous and whichever else, I very much like to test myself against the best. So it's no sway to me at all. I want to get stuck in with him, but if not now, come through this. Look, I'll be on the phone to him again, trying to nudge him, his team, saying, look, I've got through that one. How about now? And if not, I'll get through the next person and I'll be on the phone to him again saying, look, how about now? So, yeah, look, I'm forever going to be chasing him. It's just waiting for him to go, all right, come on then, let's have it out.
There you go. Good talker, Fabio. I like Fabio. Ipswich
Speaks
boy
very
as well. Yeah, so, but that won't be easy. Dubois still, he's got that, that bazooka, hasn't he?
Of course, but like Fabio Wardley said yesterday in some of the press that he did, he has quit at times, Daniel Dubois. So what Daniel Dubois is going to turn up? Is it going to be one that's going to be determined, or if he gets some big
we know
shots?
Fabio goes all the way distance a lot.
He's got heart, he's got big shots, both similar knockout records as well. If I was a betting man out, I'd bet on Fabio Wardley.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, he's a warrior as well. He can he can take a punch. He'll need to take one if Daniel catches him.
Of course, yeah.
He'll need to take one. But that's a good fight. I'm looking forward to
Pressure's on Daniel Dubois as well after recent results. Yes, great against AJ, but not great against
by the way, we're still waiting for Nicky Henderson. Ali's coming on. Ali McCoy's coming on. What's your plans today, tomorrow, Gab?
So today, mate, I'm going to play a bit of paddle later on, Alan. I've got to get better because I need.
Quiet about
I know, but what I'm doing, Alan, is I'm learning. I'm not, being very vocal about it. And when I'm ready and when I'm at a level, I'm going to get a rematch against Jordan. I'm going to smash him all across the court.
So what are you after? Technique or fitness?
Technique. No, it's not fitness. Technique and the right shots.
Oh, Ed said.
This guy.
He said, "Whoa, he's piling the pounds on."
More Al, with paddle. Sometimes you try the Hollywood shots where it's the big smashes, and it's like, you know what? Sometimes little soft one into the corner so the ball dies and doesn't bounce off the glass. And I just know for a fact, when I'm ready, give me a couple more months, I'm going to beat Jordan in one of his posh little paddle places where he plays, in wherever he plays, Battersea. I'll be beating him there, Alan. Don't worry about that. Just getting it, mate.
Now over to Oliver Glasgow, who's followed with Palace, has taken yet another twist. They head in tonight's Conference League playoff second leg against Mostar after a 1-1 draw in Bosnia, live on talkSPORT. And despite fan backlash calling for him to go, Glasgow insists that even if Palace exit the competition, he'll still stand by his side.
I don't know what happens. I never know. But I know that we all give our best to win the game tomorrow, every single one. Who is involved, and that's what we can do. But on the other side, and again, I think it's just think about the Premier League, 3 points behind the 8th place. 8th place qualifies for Europe, how it looks like. So England will have 5 Champions League places again, looks like, next year. So why throw the Premier League away? And when we see every single round, everything is possible, regardless where you're playing, all the tight results. And so I just think it makes no sense.
Can you see, it's sad really, a European competition, we're talking about this. If should he still be at Palace, Gab? If they get knocked out, will he walk?
I changed my mind a week ago, actually on the show. At first I was saying, I get what he's done, but what he's done for Crystal Palace, winning the FA Cup, winning the Community Shield, he deserves a bit of time. Then during the show, Alan, last Friday, we get the comments that he has said to them, when you start speaking like that, then if I'm an owner, I'm saying, are you really into this?
Yeah.
So I think that they should have got rid of him, but do they want to pay him off? Maybe they just think, wait till the end of the season and you're going in on a free.
Okay, good luck to Palace. Right, here we go. Building up to the World Cup of Racing, the fantastic festival. Cannot wait. And there was a big decision made, and I think the correct decision. Let's say a very good morning to Nicky Henderson, who has some fantastic runners down at the festival, of course, and that big discussion and decision on Constitution Hill. Nicky joins us now. Nicky, a very good morning.
Good morning, Nicky.
Good morning to you. Hope you're all well.
Oh, Nicky, thank you. Look, I know you've had a million questions thrown at you, and it was so emotional as well up at Southall. But can I just say, for the little bit, not that it matters, but I was really pleased with the decision the owners and your good self have made.
Well, it's sad, but I think we probably, having made it, I think you know when you've done the right thing and the wrong thing. And I think last night, finally, we could sort of just say, okay, that's it. We've made the decision, and I'm pretty sure it's the right way to go. It had to be at the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah. Nicky, I'm not going to ask where he can go. I've heard of it. I've heard about the Gold Cup, maybe the Ebor, maybe Melbourne Gold Cup. Who knows? But it was just a superstar. He slaughtered the opposition up there in the all-weather, didn't he? He was brilliant. That's just what we needed.
Well, it was, and that actually helped us make the decision to leave the hurdling now, because he's shown that he could be a very high-class flat horse. Unfortunately, he is 9 years old.
Yeah.
If this idiotic trainer had taught about this 5 years ago, goodness knows. But, he was the star hurdler of the day. I mean, probably of decades, and he was so good at it, and it's sad we've had to do this. But he now can go, and we could have... he could be very, very high class, and we'll have a lot of fun wherever he goes.
Nicky, now looking ahead just briefly, because I know you're busy, but the Supreme's great. The tapes go up, the roar of the crowd, it's just magic. And pressure's back on with Old Park Star. But he's done. He's not done a lot wrong, has he?
He's been very impressive so far. I don't say he surprised us, but he's only a young horse, and he's just had the 3 runs. He was very impressive all 3 times. And, he comes into the first race of the first day. It's an awful nice race to win, because if you can get a run on the board in the first one, it makes the whole week go a little bit earlier. And we've got to keep these Irish invaders at bay. So, it'd be very nice to start one up.
It worries me, Nicky, that everyone seems to think, oh, this is great. We've got a great chance, the English horses this year. But, you cannot forget the class that the Irish bring over as well. It's just, they bring over the talent in abundance. It really is fantastic. You just, Gordon Elliott, they're not mentioning Gordon's string he's bringing over. He's got a hell of a string.
Well, they have large numbers. That's, they've got a, they are very, very strong. I really do think that in ourselves and all the English squad is a lot stronger this time than it may have been over the last couple of years, when, to be fair, we have been rather whitewashed.
Yeah.
But I do think we've got to be optimistic going in, and we've got a lot of good chances. And as I say, I think the English contingent is stronger than in the past across the board.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful that scoreline is not going to be quite so embarrassing by the end of the festival.
Lulamba, another great chance as well in the Arco. He's very, very exciting.
He is. He's unbeaten over fences. He should be unbeaten over hurdles as well. But unfortunately, he just got nabbed at the death in the Triumph hurdle last year at the festival. Yep. Otherwise, he's unbeaten, and he's been very good over fences. Again, I should think the main danger will come from Willie Cokebeck de Board. It'll be interesting, but we're very happy where he is. So I think he's one of our big guns.
Another great favourite as well, Nicky, John Bon in the Ryanair. Yeah. He's a star as well.
Well, he's been amazing. That was his 12th Grade 1 that he won the other day at Ascot. That was, he's got another couple of weeks to go. He's had 2 quite tough races this year, both in Grade 1s, won them both. He's a real fighter and a warrior. He has never won at the festival, If you actually go back, he was second in the Supreme Novice Hurdle to a horse called Constitution Hill.
Yeah.
And he's been second the last 2 years at the festival in the Arkle and in the Champion Chase. He deserves one. I mean, he's won. He's never been out of the first two in 24 runs, I think it is now.
Brilliant.
He's been a star.
Nicky, I know you've got to go, but I've got to. Harry can't sleep at night. Harry Redknapp, he cannot sleep at night. But Django Bay as well. You know what an open goal cup this is, Nicky.
Well, Harry's got a great chance there, hasn't he, with the jukebox. And Django Bay, when there was nothing between them at the end of the King George, they won. We were actually fourth, a neck and a head behind him. So that's a flick of a finger. So we're hopeful. We think Cheltenham might suit our horse better than Kempton. You know, the King George track there is much sharper. I think Django will be happy around Cheltenham. He won the Arkle there last year, and that's only over 2 miles. This horse will stay.
Yeah.
And
Nicky, you've done so many festivals. Do the nerves? Do they still jangle a few days before? You know, the Tuesday.
I promise, and they're jangling already. It's been, you know, the last few weeks are nerve-wracking to all trainers. You know, you've got your squad, you think you've got it where you want it, but there's a lot of hard work to be done for the horses and as in their preparation, and things will go wrong, and we know they will. I mean, you just pray it's not, you know, we're not only missing Constitution Hill, but Sir Gino as well.
Oh,
and I mean, if he was able to be on the squad, he would be very much the favourite for the Champion Hurdle.
Yeah.
But he's sadly in hospital.
Yeah.
And I hope he'll get out.
The Champion Hurdle's wide open. And
that's left the Champion Hurdle wide open when we're sitting on the two best hurdlers in the country. It seems rather sad, but that's horses for you, and that's racing.
Nicky, I can't wait for the Tuesday. It's going to be wonderful. I appreciate your time, and I think you've made a great decision. Good luck, Nicky. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks a lot.
Brilliant.
Thanks.
Nicky Henderson there, and I think that's a great decision.
Yes.
You know, as a 9-year-old, the emotions up at Southall. Sam McClare will tell us probably tomorrow when he's on. It was amazing.
Yes.
The people that turned out for that horse.
Of course.
And most of the, I would say 90% of the people say, great decision, Mr. Henderson.
Totally agree.
Not running at Cheltenham.
Yes.
Okay, back in the tick, 9:34.
Chatting in the office earlier, we're discussing Arsenal, how they've embraced the dark arts under Arteta, time wasting, being annoying to play against, bit of housery. We wanted to know whether you're a fan of the way Arsenal go about their business. Here's Cundy's take on Arsenal's housery and dark arts from last season.
And also, who are Arsenal and what have they done in the last 20 years? Seriously, how can they be taking that battle there? Quieten yourselves down. You're a good side, really good team, and showed that the weekend. You're probably going to be second again.
Yeah.
When you win something, then you can shout from the houses. Then you can start doing all this housery. Then it's built on nothing other than, it comes from Arteta. He loves to promote, and it's fine. Arsenal fans would love it, and I totally get it. I watched Chelsea under Jose, right? Jose won things. Jose won Premier League. Back-to-back Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
He was there. You earn the right.
Yeah.
You earn the right. And right now, Arsenal haven't earned the right to be doing that sort of housery.
What's your take on that, Jace? Because I know you've got a different opinion now.
Well, Arsenal are earning the right. Anyone that's ever listened to me over the years, I've got no problem with players housery, diving, conning the ref, going down injured, all of that, right? I've got no problem with that. And Arsenal now are earning, in my opinion, earning the right to do this.
Over the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved content on social media, and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earn 3 times that, with Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance and 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon. So expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
What's this song?
I don't know, Ed's lost the plot. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil, Gabby and Arnold Clark. We're over 20,000 used cars online to choose from. They'll have the... All right, Ed, get it off. Only one reason we could play this is for Super Ali, who joins us now in the studio.
Morning, mate.
Alistair, this is very unexpected.
Well, Alan, I've got I stayed down last night. I've got a nice lunch to go to today.
Have you?
Yes.
What sort of lunch is that, Ali?
It's a few of the horse racing boys are going falling off. Yeah.
I invited Al.
Wally Mullins was going to be there, but sadly Wally's got a sore back.
Has he?
Yeah, won't make it. Mr. Henderson.
Is that the ITV?
Yes.
Lunch. It's a great lunch.
It's a fantastic lunch.
Mike Dillon, he'll be there.
Mike very kindly invited me.
Yeah, thanks, Dilly. You tube.
I'll tell him. I'll pass on. I'll pass on your best wishes.
You're stuck in a cab for an hour.
Mike and Niall and a few guys. I'll say you were kind of disappointed your invite got lost.
Disappointed? Tell me get stuck.
Paul Nichols is going to be there as well. Paul will be there as well.
I have things to do today.
I know you have.
Why you dress up for it?
Oh, I've not changed yet. I need to get. Yeah.
All right,
I'll be slightly smarter.
Don't get the brogues on and the check shirt.
How was night? How's it?
Brilliant. Yeah, lovely.
Come on, tell me then.
No, I'm not telling you. No, you took my place in the lunch.
What was I going to say to you?
He's gutted, obviously, but Constitution Hill.
Yeah.
But he thinks, now we've made the right decision. Of course, Sergino in hospital. So he's lost 2 superstars.
I know.
Well, not lost, but they won't be
Correct.
there next
Correct.
week. Or the week after.
Listen, it's a shame.
Got some great horses.
Of course he has. And it's a shame, because punters like ourselves would love to have seen the horses. It's been brilliant. But you know something? You got to look after the welfare of the horses.
Do you know what? I've just clicked here. So Willie Mullins got a bad back and I still don't get in.
He's got a bad back and it's still better than your back.
Not great, is it? Oh,
No. I know. By
the way, he's a top guy, Willie Mullins.
Brilliant.
Lovely man.
Fantastic, yeah.
And he says nothing. You wait to see what he brings over. Yeah.
What was it Steve will say to? He's got to back him in a bumper.
Yeah, but and his son will ride it, Patrick.
Patrick will ride it,
yeah. No, we're trusting you to get a few tips today.
Right, I've been amongst it for
we
you.
spoke to our royal correspondent Rupert earlier.
I heard he wasn't very much a royal correspondent this morning. I heard he was refusing to get involved in anything royal this morning.
About it. I don't know why, Ali.
Very much horse-orientated conversation.
Horse correspondent.
Whoa. Stop it, Alan. Stop it. Don't go any further. Right, so you're going to the Old Firm game Sunday, yeah?
I'm going to go, mate. I'm going to go.
You got to go.
What are you thinking?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'll tell you what he said to me, Alan.
I just hope Hearts beat Aberdeen.
I think they will, mate.
Off air, he says, if he had a pound to back only, he'd be backing Hearts to win it.
Well, do you know something, Gab? I get that. See if it was a percentage bet, right? Do you know what?
Value for money bet.
Yes. Yeah, but do you know what I'd be right now? I'd be 30% Celtic, 30% Rangers, and 40% Hearts.
Oh, it's tight.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
I think before the weekend, I was probably 33 and a third, 33 and a third, 33 and a third, but I'm leaning towards.
Well, here's one for you. What if Hearts beat Aberdeen, and I'm like you, I think they will. Would Celtic take a draw at Ibrox?
Yeah.
Even though Hearts go further clear?
Yeah, I think they would.
Then they would.
I think they would. Because I think a draw keeps both of them in it. I think a defeat might put a nail in somebody's... Listen, Motherwell, I said to you, see if Rangers beat Celtic, now that's a possibility, not necessarily going to happen. If Rangers beat Celtic and Motherwell beat Dundee United, Motherwell are a point behind Celtic, with Celtic to play Celtic to play twice and Hearts to play twice. I'm telling you.
Well, you've always said Motherwell are playing the best football.
They are. Al, stand by me. They're playing some great football. Here's another one. Gab, listen for a statistic. Somebody showed me yesterday. All the leagues, right, whatever the leagues in Europe, right, Motherwell have conceded less goals. Motherwell have conceded less goals than Man City.
That was on the telly.
18 goals conceded, you're right, yep.
That's
18.
Remarkable.
Rangers, 20.
Maybe that's what Scottish football needs. Maybe the SPL needs that.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Do you think, though, if Celtic or Rangers lose, are they out of the title race?
In normal circumstances, I would have said yes, Gab, but due to the fact that there's so many teams capable of beating each other now, I'll be loath to rule MD out.
Don't forget, Gabby, Celtic go to Stuttgart tonight.
Yeah.
Does Martin play a different side?
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
I think he has to. Having lost the first one 4-1, I think he has to. I hate to say it.
But what if they get a pounding?
Well, they could easily get a pounding.
What if they change the team
6.
and they get a 5 or a 6?
Yeah,
what does that do for morale?
Well, I'll tell you what it does, right? You run out of Ibrox and you're fresher and you know how important this game is.
The listeners need to see guys that aren't watching, you need to see his face here. Your face just turned really bitter and
I am bitter now. Well, come
on,
12
Alan.
o'clock.
It's only a game, son.
No, it isn't. Come 12 o'clock Sunday, I'm like...
Ali, you see, so you go in the game. How does a Saturday evening and a Sunday morning start for the McCoist family before an Old Firm game?
Bag of nerves. I'm nervous just now.
Really?
Gab, and he'll be the same. I am nervous just now. Do you know the reason I'm going to the game?
Why?
I couldn't watch it on the telly.
Really?
No.
I can't go to the pub and watch it because people try and talk to me like, shut up, beat it, leave me alone, leave me alone.
Beat it.
We were talking yesterday, Gab. Excuse me, and it's so right. And it was Al that said to me years ago, right? See when the game, you're at the game and Celtic got into your
anywhere near the 18-yard line
and around about the 18-yard line, you feel sick in the stomach, man. You do, don't you? You go like, oh no, please, just don't even think.
Ali, I can still smell and taste that dust at Old Hampden. When Rangers scored and all that dust come up from the Rangers end. I've still got it in my mouth.
I remember it, the old stadium, Gab, right? They were up the Celtic end, which wasn't covered, right? So no matter when we were playing them, we were just hoping it was raining, right? So they get soaked, right? But up in the Rangers end, the enclosure, it was a west enclosure. It was covered, right? It's covered, but it was all dust. So see, if you scored, you couldn't see the game for the next 15 minutes, man. Right? And then for about 3 weeks later, you're pulling black bits out your teeth and up your nose. Oh,
Gabby, I'll tell you how bad it is, right? And I shouldn't really say this live in radio.
It's okay. I was listening.
I shouldn't. I used to go and watch Scotland, and it is lashing down.
Yeah.
And I'd go and stand the Celtic end. I couldn't go in the other end. How bad is that?
Really?
I come back, my dad saying, "What is wrong with you?" I was absolutely drenched.
Isn't that brilliant?
I said, "What end were you in?" I said, "What end was in? What end do you think I was in?"
It's brilliant.
It's when I think back, it's ridiculous. 9:47.
Last time out, Josh, in the Masters, you struggled against the boy wonder. Is he so much better than anybody would ever believe, Luke Littler?
Yeah, there has been a couple of times I've let him off. We played, but listen, you have to learn from their mistakes. And they got away, get the game against me at the Masters, which was my own fault. It just wasn't. I don't think I prepped myself right. So, but we all learn from mistakes and we move on. But at the minute, he is the best player in the world for a reason. 2-time world champion.
What are the differences? What's he doing differently than you? I mean, because it seems like a simple thing to throw the things and hit the numbers. Is it consistency? How good is he?
I just think he's a control freak. he's like a robot. Just can do it better than anybody else at the minute.
And how happy are you that obviously every time anybody speaks to you about stuff, they bring him up? I apologise. I'm just gonna.
No, it doesn't bother me because listen, he's made our sport the way it is today. A lot of young kids playing it now. It obviously prize money and all goes up. Darts is probably one of the most watched sports in the world right now. So for him, what he's done is absolutely fantastic, and we have to tip our hat off to him.
Is it a bit annoying that he's, you're 24, right? You should be, you're like, this is up and coming. 24 is young, and yet he's 19. You're like, hang on a second, mate. Like, wind it in for a few years. Let me be up and coming before you're the best player in the world.
Yeah.
I think everybody else thinks that. Just let him go away for a while and let someone else win a tournament.
Why don't he just play out? Why don't you be out playing out with your friends, playing hide and seek? You're too young to be. You're not even old enough to go in the pub, is he?
9 minutes to 10 o'clock. So I take it you're going to Scott's again downstairs?
Upstairs, Al.
Upstairs?
Oh, yeah. Aye, so we're not hanging about with riff-raff or anything like
You've not
that.
been upstairs, Al?
Could be
What do you mean have I not been upstairs?
I think it's a private, definitely a private room. I think.
And that's downstairs.
No.
Private rooms are downstairs.
We've got a private room
There's another
upstairs.
private room upstairs, Al. I've been there.
That means a good one
I think it
downstairs
says-
been taken.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and get you in for a dessert. You fancy coming in for a dessert?
No, I don't. Because I'll end up chucking it in Mike Dillon's face. No, it doesn't matter.
That sounds like it doesn't matter.
I don't want to be there anyway.
I don't need any lunch. I need tips.
Okay, leave it with
That's
me.
your job.
Leave it with me. Leave it with me.
Anyway, Gabby, you're getting it now. Time now for this.
Now Ashley Young. Great cross. Agbonlahor touch. 4 minutes to go, and this time Aston Villa might have won it.
Welcome to the Agbonlahor boardroom.
Aston Villa, you are miles off it.
That's right. It's Chairman Gabby's time to reveal his claret and blueprint.
Are you joking?
The name's Bond, James Bond.
To stay in front of Manchester United.
Well, I'm a hot guy, Al. Do you know what I mean? Shut up and get on with it.
Agbonlahor Bosch.
I call you afterwards. We do business.
Aston Villa.
Let's get in there.
Yeah, they're talking about Bond. They're picking Bond very, very soon, I believe.
Who's your money on?
I don't know. No, I don't. I watched it. I watched Skyfall again the other night.
Watch that movie. I'm old school. I
When he
don't.
drives by, it's the great Glen, isn't it? He'd pull up and look.
What, Glencoe?
Was it Glencoe or
Yes.
the great Glen?
Oh,
Where he
that's a
pulls,
good
he pulls
question,
over.
mate.
I thought it was the
Casino
great
Royale was
Glen.
special.
Yeah,
I love that one.
I thought Casino was fantastic, but
I've seen it
Skyfall.
too many times.
Skyfall's absolutely, I mean, magnificent. I know we're slightly biased, but the scenery and that beautiful. Remember the house blows up. At the
Welcome
end?
and welcome is Scotland. Have that, Albert
Brilliant.
Finney. Anyway,
What
time
an actor
now.
he was.
I know.
He was in Erin Brockovich. Did you know that? Yes.
I've seen that once.
Great movie.
Really?
Julia Roberts, great movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure Albert Finney was in it.
Agbonlahor boardroom, right? What's this? Gabby on Tuesday, when you were alongside Ali, you said this, and I quote, "I'm frightened of Manchester United finishing above the Villa." So with a little idea this morning, a concept we've come up with, where we place Villa's all-time second top goal scorer, Gabby, in charge of the Villa to keep them above Man United. A feature we're calling Agbonlahor boardroom. You're in charge of the Villa for the next 12 months, Gab. It's time to reveal your claret and blue print.
Well, first of all, Alan, Aston Villa, Ali, they need to finish in the top 5 or win Europa League because they have to get the Champions League. Doubt.
I can't believe you got a doubt.
You know why? Because you look at the league table, out of the top 6 teams, Aston Villa have had the worst record in the last 6 games. That's why. So you're dropping points and you're getting caught by Manchester United, are 3 points behind them. Chelsea are 6 points, so are Liverpool. 6 points with 11 games to go. I'm looking at some of the games Villa got. They were poor against Leeds, late equaliser, lost to Everton at home, lost to Brentford at home. So the home record, which was amazing throughout the season, isn't as scary for teams to go now. I was looking at the players that are scoring goals. Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers both got 8 Premier League goals. Apart from that, it's Brendier on 5, Marlon, who's gone, on 4, McGinn on 3, who's out for another month, maybe.
Another month?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Matty
you're missing
Cash,
me, John.
he's on 3 goals and Anana 2. They're not scoring enough goals. Aston Villa, 38 goals scored. Compare that to Man City and Arsenal scored 56.
Can he not do a bit more, Anana?
Yes.
I think he can do a bit more.
He's either very good in one game and then he's not as good in the next game, then he's injured for 2. It's like he can't keep himself fit either. If you've got Kamara and Tielemans and McGinn out, you need him.
Oh,
Douglas
no, mate.
Luiz hasn't been up to scratch yet because of so many games not
You
being
sang
played.
his name a few years ago at Parkhead. Onana. Oh, na, 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 na. Hey, Celtic.
I'll not be hearing it in since. Anyway,
So go on, just give me, because we're finishing there, give me a routine then. You've got the family, so that means you can't go for a bevy then.
Oh, why not?
I don't think you want to go for a baby before the Rangers Celtic game.
Why?
Calm the nerves.
I don't think it does you any good at all.
I can't wait.
Spicy
I'll
margarita.
tell you right now, I'll be struggling to eat a rolling sausage. The punters up and down the country would say, I'm struggling to eat a rolling sausage. No chance. But I'm telling you, I'll be up, you'll be up about 7 o'clock, pacing the place, up and down the living room, cup of tea.
Vivid not gone?
No, she's holding the fort.
Have you been to a Old Firm game with your kids before?
Oh, yeah.
I went to the Villa game against PSG, and when Conte scored, my 17-year-old, I was shaking him that hard, he nearly fell over the balcony.
It's
He would've been
great,
gone.
man.
That if Rangers score, you're going to be all over your kids, aren't you? And just shaking them and celebrating.
Mate, it's fantastic. It is fantastic. And then you look over, you see the Celtic boys, and you know you've got mates in there as well. You know you've got mates in there as well.
Oh, yeah,
oh, they're all going. Our boys are going to Cheltenham. And the best thing is if they score, you can hear the phone bleep. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you know it's incoming from the Celtic end. You know what I mean?
And then you get a cup final coming up as well.
I know.
50-50.
That's
big games coming up.
Aye. Wait, it's not. I think you're getting the full Broom loan for the cup game.
Oh, it's Ibrox, right?
Yeah, it's Ibrox. That's 2 weeks in a row. Rangers Celtic Ibrox. But then again, who does that suit? Who get knocked out of the cup? Hearts. Hearts get knocked out of the cup.
And Motherwell still in?
Oh, you know something? I don't. That's terrible. I don't even know. I just looked at Rangers Celtic. I think Motherwell might still be in.
Alan knows his stuff. I'm going to put a little sneaky bet on Hearts. I am. A little cheeky bet on them to win the league.
I think it's good value.
Yes,
I do. They've hung in there.
Yep.
Well, what? Listen, if they take care of their business at the weekend, which everyone now expects them to, at the very least, you know, somebody's dropping 3 points.
Yep.
Here's one for you. Here's a great question. Love to ask you, Hearts fans, what result do they want on Sunday? Do they want a draw? Assuming they win.
I think they want a draw.
So both of them lose 2.
I think they want a draw. Yeah. Mind you, saying that Rangers reserves, they probably want Rangers.
What do you mean, Alan?
Hearts and Rangers reserves.
Are they? I didn't know that.
Of course they are.
Is that right, Alistair?
No, but listen. Do you know?
Play Celtic's heart to fall over in Midlothian.
Do you know who you must have a certain degree of sympathy for?
Who?
Hibs fans. Imagine Hibs fans at this moment in time. They must be devastated.
They had the day last couple of days we beat Celtic, didn't they?
I know.
But you're right.
They'll want MD to win it apart from Hearts.
No sunshine in Leith at the moment. Right, have a nice lunch.
Thanks, pal. Great to see you, boys.
Yeah, I hope you get stuck in a train.
Thank you,
Right,
guys.
Jim and Simon are up next for special guest, World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Dubois, as well as David Dean, all right, and Brad Friedel as well. I'm back with Ray Party Pal. He's a proper mate tomorrow from 6.